Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tombs of Scoria. Our brave party steps outside of Zarathus's lair, hops outside of Shine's mouth, has their little chat from the end of last session, and Anton is gone.
I'll ask Shine immediately what she saw, what she thinks happened.
She relays to you what she saw, which I think we discussed last time. And
which was not much, right?
not much. She was fighting the dragon. You know, all of a sudden there was a void and a pull of the water, and everything in the area.
It doesn't make sense for him to just be gone like that. I mean, he must have gone somewhere, right? People don't just die, they just disappear into nothingness.
Well, you tell me. You've got the crystal ball. You've got the scrying abilities. Can you find him?
Maybe. Depends where he is. I tried the crystal ball back in the lab, but it didn't work. Maybe that was the dragon's protections. Let's try it here. So I'm going to pull out my crystal ball. First off, I'm going to try just scrying on my mother. Just to make sure it's working.
You put your hands on your ball, and you think of your mother.
Balls. Yes.
Um,
As I've done many times before.
yes. I believe your chances of scrying upon your mother are quite good.
I'm sure it's going to be high, yeah.
He's intimately familiar with her.
Yeah, I usually scry at her about the time she goes to bed, you know. Just make sure she's tucked up nice and safe, you know, make sure she's fine.
Yo, Nick, there's a line, and you just run right across it every day.
Sometimes I just can't help myself.
Usually late in the evenings.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Person is well known. You have a 100% chance of locating your mother.
Great. So does it work? The crystal ball is functioning.
Yes.
Okay, I immediately dismiss it, and then try to scry an answer. I tried to scry on Anton. I maybe try and scry on his amulet. Maybe on like his armor, his black dragon scale armor. You know, in order if they keep failing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You do not locate Anton with the crystal ball.
So describe to me that it not working. How does it feel like it's like the same?
Well, you get
as
Shine
if...
to cover you with her wings a little bit to create a darkened space so you can properly see the ball with the blazing sunlight, if it's sunny outside. And inside, mists sort of swirl. You place your hands on it. You concentrate on Anton, remembering the things about him that really key you into who he is. Childhood memories, recent battles, cozy nights tucked away, wishing for calmer days. And the mists just sort of continuously swirl around in that state of like, we're ready, and nothing comes to it. This is what we would see as a failure reading, that it continues to be in a readied state and just never goes anywhere. Like an idling car, the crystal ball just sits there, swirling mists, nothing showing up.
Is my understanding that crystal balls don't work across planes?
Crystal balls are harder to work across planes, but it is possible. And it really, depends on the plane. If you try to scry upon a god in their own plane, that's just not going to work. That plane is too far away and too protected. But if you want to scry on someone in the ethereal plane, it'd just be like a 25% chance less.
So in theory, it might work if I kept trying. Okay, but I can't keep trying.
What happens if you scry on our father's corpse?
Yeah, okay, we can try that. I try and scry on a dead body. I mean, I assume that's going to work. Maybe if I try and scry on him, is different than if I try and scry on his corpse.
Yeah, if your mother dies and then you bury her, you wouldn't be able to scry on the corpse. She's no longer there. You would need to be intimately familiar with the corpse. It sort of goes through a state change.
Yeah.
From one existence to another.
But if you try and scry on someone that's dead, you get a similar reading.
It would be the like, slightly informed of option. So you'd have like a 20% chance to scry on a dead person that you knew. Unless you like hung around their body a lot and, you know, inspected it and became intimately familiar with it, and then your percentage chance of scrying goes up.
Okay.
Yeah.
If we have no answer here, then...
Well, I did have one thought, though. Whatever happened down there, it clearly made a big impression. Maybe there's evidence down there under the water. Perhaps, like, true seeing your ring. Doesn't mean getting back through the gas, but might be worth just double-checking that while we're here. There's also...
Do we think this will be fruitful? We might be on a limited time here.
We might be, but if there's a tear in the dimensional space, or...
Okay. Can you send a message to Arc Somber? Is there any
hour.
way we can communicate right now with the capital, or...?
Let me check my spell list, but I don't think so. But we can get back pretty quick.
How long does it take Shine to fly back and forth?
We can teleport. Shine can fly.
Okay. Then I suppose we should probably just go down and look, yeah?
Yeah. Let's do it.
We'll need to talk about protection from gases and all that jazz, water breathings. You're going to be underwater, right? You're going to crawl in Shine's mouth. She'll go all the way through the glare, dump you underwater.
Use the ring, get a quick glimpse. Is there anything there? If not, back out. Like, it's literally like a...
What are we doing with the whole, like, gas thing?
I think we can go... You were going in Shine's mouth to, like...
Oh, okay, to ferry back.
Past the gas. Yeah, I think we just do it real quick. There's probably nothing, but just like to cross it off the list.
Okay. Yeah, we can do this real quick. There's no more threats around, so you head back in.
Wait, actually, real quick. You say no more threats around. When we go back in, do we still hear that one guy screaming out? Or is he gone?
Yes. Yes, there's still the endless cries. Somebody!
Okay, don't care.
It's so tempting, isn't it?
Well, no, because there's some monster that I don't know about that it's probably like it takes the form of somebody familiar to you, and then you scream, and then when you open it up, it turns into a banshee. So I'm sure there's some monster like that. I just don't know anything.
It's gotta be, yeah.
Okay, keep going. Back to the water thing, yeah.
Yeah, you make it all the way to the dragon's lair. Shine drops you underneath the water. You immediately activate your ring. You gaze about. You see nothing of interest, aside from, of course, the, like, glittering gold of the dragon's lair. These giant statues made out of pure gold worth unfathomable amounts of money. Just oodles of money.
Uh-huh.
Riches beyond your imagination.
Mm-hmm. Okay, nothing here. All right, let's go.
Yep.
I'm waiting at the top of the ramp for them to come back.
Mm-hmm.
So I say, Tyrell, did you see anything?
Nothing. No, nothing at all. Nope.
Okay, let's get back outside here and we'll teleport home. We'll have to start searching immediately.
Okay.
So
and out we go?
Yeah,
Teleport
we head back
home?
out. I'll say, Shine, you'll have to fly home. Is that okay?
Yes.
And then I'll see you back at the capital shortly. And I will... clutch
Where are we
Tyrell's
teleporting
hand.
to?
Back to the city, I think.
Okay. We can't be seen traveling around just the two of us, okay?
Not even in town? We didn't spend every waking minute together.
No, but it might... I don't know how... It's probably quite public that we're in this area up to no good. Scoria has spies everywhere. If we come back and she sees only the two of us together, if she puts two and two together, or if she takes one from three and it comes to two, she might make a move, right?
I agree. Then we'll teleport to our house. We'll cover ourselves and make our way quickly to the palace.
Sounds good.
Okay, so we'll teleport back to our home.
Yeah, you get back to your home. Your servants are surprised to see you as you come out of a room when they know you've been gone for a long time, but they bow and curtsy politely and make way for you, offering you refreshments and beverages. One of them asks you if Lord Anton will be joining you guys for refreshments.
No, Lucia, go ahead. We have business at the capital, and let's cloak up and go.
As we're getting dressed, I'll say, Tyrell, there's two angles here. There's the arcane angle. I can use spells to scry on him to search for him across the plains, maybe catch a glimpse of him and find where he is. The other is Velthara, you know. He's had chosen. Anton's been funding priests around the country. Maybe we could seek the strongest of them out, maybe hold some sort of communion at the abbey at our keep, where he was married. Maybe attempt to get in touch with Velthara. Perhaps she can tell us more.
Perhaps if you wish. Have we been able to, when we looked underwater, can you explain what we saw? Well, here, actually, I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions, but what I'm trying to ask is there any way we would have known that he could have opened a bag of holding? Or is this like, would this be kind of like inaccessible to us?
I don't think it's unreasonable. With Shine's description of like a water vortex or like a pulling in on a spot, it wouldn't take a genius to figure out what was going on there. Especially a wizard would be pretty well versed in the functionings of magic items and magical effects that could create a vortex of that kind. I think the first step is ruling that it's not Zorathis that did it herself, which would be a weird thing since she was in melee combat.
Okay, just
I don't
making
think
sure.
It's unreasonable.
Okay, because otherwise, because the first thing we'd have to do is figure
Well, I
out.
think that's the first step, is to find out what happened. I mean, do you think it's reasonable that Imric might give it a guess as to that's what happened?
We spent a lot of times
check.
in bags of
An
holding.
in check?
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we have spent a lot of time with bags of holding. Okay, I'll roll an in check to decide if there's any chance. Any second now.
Oh.
Well.
Yeah.
Not only does he instantly figure it out, he actually knows exactly what happened to Anton. So tell us, with that nat 20.
You know, I'm not sure why he would have done it, Tyrael, but there's a book I was reading when I was learning my latest spell. I was looking up the arcane implications of the different 4 elements on arcane magics, and I was reading a treatise on bags of holding and how they interact with fire, electricity, and water. They spoke of something like a vortex that would occur if you were to open a bag of holding underwater. You know, the rapid inflow of water into the huge extra-dimensional space could cause a loud bang, cause a swirling vortex of water for a moment. The actual effect on the person who did it and the items therein, not entirely clear. Maybe they just disappear, perhaps they're lost to the ether. I'm not sure, but I suspect maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe he was opening his bag. I'm not sure why he would be doing that.
Okay.
Potion, perhaps?
Makes sense. We don't have time to waste. I'm going to go and grab Arc Somber or interrogate her. I'll ask her what she knows. You can try and, I guess, figure out where the strongest of his priests might be. And we can try to commune with them. Yeah?
Yeah, okay. If you prefer to speak to Sombar, then I'll deal with the priests.
I wouldn't even know where to begin with the priests. You seem to know more of that than I do. And I think my relationship with her has improved, so.
Okay, I will acquiesce and let Tyrael go to the palace without me.
All right. You make your way to the palace. Lords and ladies, commoners, all sorts of people make way for you in the streets, hailing you, hailing the McGarrys for all the work they've done, for the slaying of dragons, for the routing of armies, for the freeing of cities. Flowers are thrown at your feet by young lads. And
I want a
soon-
mission. I nod kind of curtly, and I continue to go forward.
Soon you find yourself in the Citadel, within the heart of Wicthron Rorenta.
I need
You get in
Wait, the Citadel? That's the castle, right?
the castle, the
Yeah,
keep,
okay.
the Citadel.
The
yeah.
keep. Okay. Can I, I need an emergency meeting with at least Arc Somber or the Queen and Arc Somber if the Queen is available.
Well, natural 20. It appears that Arc Somber and the Queen are already chatting presently. And when you say emergency meeting, you can be brought into a room where the two of them are hanging.
Is it just the
Put
two of
down
us?
papers and maps.
Yeah, two of
as
us in the
you are
Queen's Guard?
introduced. Queen's Guard, Arc Somber's apprentice, and a couple of other, faceless people that you haven't seen before, but are some assistants or apprentices or helpers or scholars or some bullshit.
I need to shoot them off.
Okay.
Just me, the Queen, Arc Somber, and the guards if she needs.
Sure. Done.
As I see them leave the room, turn to Arc Somber and I'll say, I have an emergency situation at hand. The fate of the kingdom and our family might depend on your answers here.
They look at you and say nothing.
Me, Anton, and Imric have just slain the mighty beast Zorathis. But unfortunately, right before we fell to the beast, I think Anton, in a desperate attempt to stave off drowning, opened a bag of holding underneath the water.
Oh no. says Somber.
Oh no, what?
Continue with your story.
Well, there is no continuance. That's why I'm here to ask you now. Do you know what would happen to Anton? Where could he have been teleported to? Or does he even exist anymore? Is it possible to find him? Or...
She shakes her head. Torn bags of holdings throw their contents somewhere, anywhere. If he was lost into a void like that, there's no telling where he could be. He could be ripped into 1,000 pieces. He could be on the plane of fire, the elemental plane of fire. He could be...
Indeed, he could be many places. I know this. I came to you to narrow the possibilities. Is there any way that we can search for him or try to search for him? Or do you know anybody that would be able to search for him or try to search for him?
The queen looks to Somber for answers. Somber sits for a moment. Let me consult my notes. I don't want to give you half-assed answers.
I'll wait. I
will you come back this evening?
Evening? If it takes you that long to go through it, then sure. Obviously, you know this is of great importance. I don't know if we're on a time limit here or what, but yeah, I'll be back early evening.
Okay. She immediately exits, grabs her apprentice who's waiting in the hallway, and they hurry back to her tower. The queen looks at you, a calm, collected face. Can you still do it without him? Can you still slay Scoria?
Highly unlikely, bordering on impossible. So finding my brother is probably my most important mission right now. Do you know anybody else that we could consult beyond Somber?
I wouldn't trust anyone beyond Somber.
Well, perhaps if Somber is unable to give us answers, the untrustworthy we might have to pursue. But maybe we can save that conversation for later tonight. Hopefully she'll find something in her notes in the next few hours. Hopefully I don't have to come back here and ask you for a list of those names.
Well, we will do everything in the power of the kingdom to find Anton and bring him home safely. But we must remember, the ultimate goal is slaying of Scoria, the winning of the war, the survival of our nation, of our kingdom. We've always known that this was going to be a deadly operation and that there might be casualties. I want you to keep your eye on the ball, Tyrael McGarry.
My eye is absolutely on the ball. Killing Scoria is the mission. Killing Scoria is our final goal. Just not sure if that goal is attainable without our brother. If it's gold you need, or if it'll help the Kingdom for the War effort, I can give you the location of... Feels like I've repeated myself, but Untold Riches once more. Zarathus had quite a bit of gold stored away in his lair. Huge statues, massive stockpiles. We can give you the directions to go and take a contingent of people and go and perhaps ferry some back or do it with portals or whatever, if that helps. But I think that Anton has done enough service to this country that this country can act in service to him to at least try to find his corpse, if nothing else.
It would be my honor to help you find your brother, my nephew, and bring him home or his remains if that is what it takes. But let us not lose sight of the bigger picture. Finding Anton is secondary to killing Scoria.
Is that all?
If you would leave directions to this huge pile of gold that you've mentioned, I will have my men take a look at it and see how we can go about retrieving it.
I'll alert one of the insert whoever person on the way out. I don't know who I would talk to for directions, but yeah.
You can grab a scribe and
sure.
Dictate directions to them. They'll pass it on and take care of it from there.
Gotcha.
Well.
All right. So,
what about you, Nick?
I'm trying to think, when Anton got married at the abbey in our keep, was it one of his Valthara clerics that did the ceremony? Like, is there one stationed at that abbey? Is that where one of them is? Or to find one, would I have to go to, like, a
He has a
church in town?
Cleric. He's got Velthara clerics everywhere. There's some here
So,
in Wicthon
there's one
Renta.
here.
There's some.
Okay.
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay, then
Place
I
is
will
crawling with
head out. What I'll do is, I don't want to be recognized, so I'm gonna get like I'm gonna go in, like, okay, I go downstairs to, like, the servants' quarters, and I will, like, knock on the door. You know, I usually wouldn't be going down there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, does somebody answer?
Yeah. A
Yeah.
servant answers.
Sorry to interrupt while you're off duty, Sarah, but would it be possible for me to borrow a cloak of one of the gentlemen in the staff? I wish to be unseen in the city for a day.
But of course, they outfit you with some servant's clothes.
I will, like, leave a couple of gold pieces.
Mm-hmm. You blend in nice and neatly.
Head out into the city, and I want to head to the temple or wherever I know that one of these Velthara clerics is.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll head. Is this like a temple that's built only for the Velthara clerics, or is it just that
there's not a purpose-built
cleric
temple
stationed?
Yeah.
So yeah, I head in, looking around to see if I recognize a priest with, you know, Velthara's holy symbol.
Yes. You will see the cleric. You've met this one a few times before.
Do I recall her name?
Yeah. Her name is Wendy.
Do I understand Wendy to be like a powerful cleric?
No. She's quite the novice. Most of the people that Anton has empowered are actually priests. This is one of the few actual clerics that are empowered.
I will go up to Wendy and I'll say, cleric, priest, may I speak with you for a moment?
And you want her to not recognize you as...
Not straight away, yeah. Not straight away.
Emmerich McGarry, the famous...
I don't care
Dragon
if she
Slayer.
recognizes me, but I don't want other people in the temple necessarily.
Got you. Okay. Well, the moment you make eye contact with her, she will recognize you for who you are, because you're hella famous at this point.
Yeah. Shh. Can we speak in private?
She will take you to like a broom closet, look around, and shovel you in, and close the door behind you. Yes, my Lord McGarry. Is there
Greetings.
vengeance you seek?
Perhaps. Vengeance is always on the wind in my line of work. I was wondering, amongst your order, my brother aside, who would you say is the most powerful? Who has the closest bond with Velthara in the kingdom?
His Grace Anton aside?
I know that he's done great works for your goddess, funding the expansion of your beliefs across the kingdom. There must be one who acts as a leader of sorts.
She ponders. There is... His Grace Anton is by far and away the strongest cleric of Velthara
Of course.
I have ever heard of. Whoever is in second place is such a distant second that it's hard to separate. Tell me what you need, and maybe I can better direct you.
It's a sensitive subject. I'm not really in a position to divulge all of the details right now. Suffice to say, though, if you were to answer me this question and point me in the right direction, you'd be doing my brothers and I both a huge favor.
You want to know who organizes
Yes, actually,
communication between the clerics of Velthara?
Let's go with that.
I think that would be Anton's personal assistant, his personal second, which he keeps in McGarry Keep.
Okay. That's a great help. I appreciate it, and I would appreciate it if you could just keep the details of this conversation to yourself, at least for the foreseeable future.
Of course. The veil of of our conversations shall never be lifted.
I will. I reach into my glove. I take my glove off. I'm going to switch my ring of spell storing with my ring of fire resistance and teleport to the keep.
Whoosh. In an instant, you're in McGarry Keep.
Probably should have left a note for Tyrael, but I will head to the abbey there where he got married, and attempt to locate his second, the more important cleric here.
I'm trying to remember this person's name, but I don't. He has so many little assistants that we've talked about. I can't remember their name here. But you find her. That could be it. That sounds familiar.
Yeah, people saying it in chat. It's quite a jovial name for a cleric of Valthara. I shall head to the abbey still in my servant's robes, hoping to avert the eyes of the guards and the servants there, and we'll look for Strawberry, hopefully in our private quarters.
Yes, you can find the hideous woman known as Strawberry.
Is this in her quarters where I find her?
No, you'll find her just in the main temple grounds, helping to assemble things and there's all these boxes and crates, and the area's still under construction. The temple's done, but as you're building things sort of get shoved around. So she's in like an organizational management of staff and servants and builders and whatnot.
What would be the honorific for a cleric of Valthara? It wouldn't be mother, would it? Or would it?
It still would be mother, yes, because it goes by the gender of the cleric.
For sure. Mother Strawberry. It's Imric. Can I speak to you in private, please? I look around and acknowledging there's no one here, and
Yeah, she will take you
quarters.
Out of this room, somewhere else, the cleric's private quarters. Sits down.
I take my hood off and I'll like unbutton this robe that I've been wearing and sort of like throw it to the ground. I think I need a drink. Have you got anything?
She will pull out a half-consumed bottle of warm beer.
Okay, not what I was going for, but needs must. I'll pour myself a glass and pour her a glass and hand her one.
She leaves it on the table.
I have very important business to talk to you about. Business that's both top secret and incredibly, incredibly important. I need to know that my brother could trust you, so I assume that means you're trustworthy. But I need to know that your loyalties lie to our country and our mission and our family, and not just Anton.
My loyalties lie with Valthara.
That should be enough. Earlier today, a few hours past, we were fighting a dragon. A great one. And in the midst of the battle, something went wrong, and Anton, well, he wasn't slain by the dragon. The dragon was dead by the time it happened, I think, but he was lost to some magics. I think maybe, I shrug and say, perhaps you wouldn't understand, but a misfiring with a bag of holding. Anyway, I think he's lost to the ether, perhaps in some random plane of existence. There's a chance he still lives.
Are you telling me that High Cleric Anton is dead?
I'm definitely not saying that. I'm hoping that you and your faith and the faith of your clergy and the priests that Anton has helped train can maybe speak with Valthara, perhaps instruct her to guide us in the right direction. I will pursue arcane methods, but surely for her chosen cleric, there may be some hope.
Did you know that once upon a time, 1500 years ago, In this world,
I take a drink of my beer.
great and powerful clerics walked the lands. Those favored of the gods, or favored of the gods' servants, could live forever. Death was no stop to them. A man slain in battle could be resurrected with the appropriately powerful magics and within certain confines and time windows and material components. And then came the breaking of Arcadia and the breaking of the world, the apocalypse. Storms came, mountains rose, earthquakes shook the land, breaking things apart. The great canals of Arcadia were formed.
I hate to interrupt, Mother Strawberry. I understand the tale you will tell. My brother is not dead. I've not held his body. He could yet live. I'm just not sure where. All I'm asking for is a location. I will bring him back myself.
What I'm trying to tell you is that there was a time where gods would go to any length to help their favored ones, their chosen ones, the ones they held in high esteem. And they stopped some 1,500 years ago. I will absolutely help find Lord Anton. It would be my life's quest to find him and bring him home. But you must understand that there are limits to what we can do here. If he is dead or gone, it may be that the gods are waiting to see what you do, leaving it to you to find him and bring him. It may be that the gods will not help in this situation.
Perhaps it may be that way.
I will use every spell and every resource at my disposal, whatever it takes, to gather the appropriate information.
Anything would help. Confirmation that he lives, an idea of where he may have gone. The rest I can do myself, I think, with powerful enough magics, but the endless oceans of the plains are vast, and if I could narrow down my search, it would be, well, it could be the difference between life or death. And I pause for a minute. I don't need to compel on you the importance that this information stays as discreet as possible. If our enemies sense weaknesses in us here, it could be the death of all of us. The people living in this keep, especially.
I have one option that I can think of on the spot that may help you. But I am not strong enough to do this. You will need to seek another.
What is it? A spell?
Speak with dead.
Any cleric could cast that, right? Doesn't have to be Belthara.
Correct.
Perhaps someone back in the capital can cast that for me. We can definitely... I imagine this is already being considered. That would at least confirm to us that he's alive. Does this spell work across the planes? If someone's alive, but in the ethereal plane, will you get a response? Or...
No. This spell speaks with dead.
I mean, if somebody's alive in the ethereal plane, and you cast Speak with Dead, will that... Wait, hang on, what am I trying to say?
If they are alive in the ethereal plane, Speak with Dead will not work. If they are dead in the ethereal plane...
That's what I mean, yeah.
I don't know. This is beyond me. At the very least, this will let you know whether he died here on this plane, and his remains were taken elsewhere.
There's no merit in some sort of ritual to contact Valthara directly. Perhaps a number of you
Though
could gather here.
you would... Only Lord Anton has the power to speak with our goddess directly. Us meager clerics must do our best to reach out. But she does not speak to us like she speaks to Anton.
I understand. Well, I trust you, Strawberry, to do everything in your power to aid in this investigation. And again, I impose upon you the importance that this stays as secret as possible. That our enemies cannot find out about our moments of weakness here. You understand that, right? That could be the death of us all.
Mm-hmm. If you find a very powerful cleric, maybe the high priestess in the capital, she may have access to a commune spell in which you can ask yes or no questions of great outer planar powers. They may be able to direct you, at least to whether he lives, or maybe you can guess at which plane he's upon. Speak with Dead and Commune is where I would start from a clerical standpoint, but both
Thank
of
you.
those are well beyond me.
Okay, well, I will leave you to your ruminations, and I will be in touch soon for an update.
Okay.
I will turn into a bird and fly out of the temple and try and make entrance into like my room in the keep without going past all the guards.
Yeah, I think that is fine. Yeah, that's fine.
And I will sleep, and I need to, relearn spells for the next day.
Okay. Back to Tyrael. You come back in the evening. What did you spend your day doing? Out of curiosity.
Who did we talk to when we came back from Glacia? Did we tell anybody about the things we saw besides Arc Sombre?
I don't know. I imagine that you told people. I imagine that you've probably regaled all sorts of folks with the story. At least your minions that traveled there and back have probably regaled people with the stories.
Mm-hmm.
I think you debriefed the queen and generals and servants and staff at one point, and gave them a overview. And
Okay. All right, not a big deal. All right.
So
I
you just kind of hung out for the day?
Yeah, the queen wouldn't give me any leads. Arc Sombre seems to be the most knowledgeable person. If I go back to the house, is Imric going to be back before I have to go back in the early evening, or?
No, you'll go to the house and Imric won't be around.
Okay. There's not much. Yeah, I don't think there's much I can do. I'll wait to. I guess I'll pace around the house and chill. Wait until early evening. As soon as the sun even looks like it's about to set, I'll head back to the castle.
Yeah, you get back to the castle and someone is waiting at the door to bring you to Arc Sombre's chamber, where she is seated at her table, a cup of tea and a little pot brewing next to her, furiously, making notes and jotting things down. Her assistant opens the door for you, and then as you walk through, steps out and closes it on the other side, leaving. Arc Sombre points to a chair that's been made ready for you, the nice cup of tea next to it, and looks at you and breathes a heavy sigh. I have spent the day pouring through all of my notes, articles, journals. What happens to the components of bags of holding, portable holes, specialty robes, those sorts of things, deep-pocketed robes, is... I'm going to talk to you about some theories of magic to help you understand. A portable hole, one of these dimensional bags, creates a space that exists only within the bag. It is bound together using various types of magic. Conjuration or evocation magic is often used as the gateway. Alteration magic is used to sort of hold things together. Abjuration keeps out unwanted materials, prevents air from overfilling bags. Enchantment is used for the core enchanting of the bag. Many types of magic are used in this. And when the bag rips, they all mix and intermingle. Any one of them could have taken effect upon the contents of the bag. Any one of them could have overwhelmed the others during the tear, or any combination of them might have had significant factors. There is no designated place that I am made aware of where these contents go, else there would be riches beyond understanding there. It's possible that a pocket dimension created within a bag of holding is just sealed off and everything falls into the pocket dimension, and that's it. And it's just its own spot. Nowhere. It's possible that these things are thrown via a conjuration magic into another plane of existence. There are tests that we can run to sort out some of these details. But by and large, everything I have read says that once a bag of holding any dimensional hole is torn, its contents are forever lost. I have never heard of anyone recovering lost contents from a bag. However, people usually look for items, not people. People are we're different. We have innate magical properties. Most of us are very, very dimly magical. Clerics and wizards are slightly stronger. Those who have attained great power and martial prowess are stronger as well. Anton also has, I believe, artifacts of considerable magical strength on him, which might act as beacons. And if we are lucky, his goddess might help show us the way. I can point Imric to some texts that might suggest spells he could research and learn that could help us find him. But those are a very slow path. The fastest path would be contacting some sort of greater outer planar entity, some sort of demigod, or some sort of was there not talk of I think I heard from the cleric of Martha that there was talk of a gate spell. Something like that might be useful for reaching an entity who exists outside of the prime material plane.
Do you think these entities would have sufficient knowledge to point us in the right direction to find Anton? Or are you just saying it's more of a chance than the 0% chance we have on this plane of finding somebody with that knowledge?
It is more of a chance.
In Glacia, on the top of some floating rocks, that wasn't even the strangest thing we saw there, but there was a configuration of mirrors, I think, that let us look into different planes. Do you think any of that would be of use, or do you think we're better served just going down the gateway route? I don't know how...
Which planes?
I'm going to be honest with you, I haven't been on too many of them at this point, just this and the ethereal, so...
Well, a gateway to the plane of Earth would not be particularly useful unless he happens to be on the plane of Earth. We might be wanting to speak to some of the... I'm not sure. Some of the Fey creatures might have answers. Or most likely the outer planar creatures. The entities who we don't know of and cannot comprehend. The things that we can only ask questions to but don't understand who it is we are speaking to.
Okay.
These greater denizens of magic.
I'm going to talk to the cleric. Got her to cast a gate spell. What was it? Gateway?
Gate allows you to bring in a creature of considerable power from another plane, a creature whose name you must have.
Oh. What creature could we summon? Actually, Shine might know, perhaps?
I don't know who you would ask, personally, for this. I don't deal in outer planar entities.
If anybody knows who we could ask, Shine should have some idea. So, I'll ask her about that.
If you could find a great diviner or a great conjurer, those wizards with those specialties would be most useful. A great diviner would be the best, but I don't know of any great diviners left in Arcadia. The last one passed many generations ago.
And I don't suppose you could I don't suppose, yeah, you can't point me to either direction. Okay, great diviner, great conjurer. Talk to the cleric here. With the cleric here, is she even able to cast gate? Or gateway? Is that a spell she's...
You would have to ask her. I'm not familiar with her spells.
Okay, yeah, I guess I'll follow these leads. If anything else comes up, can you leave a note, send it to our house, or find a way to deliver that to us?
Yes, yes. Shine might be a good resource for these things. The Great Dragon.
Yes.
She's much older than I am. She might know of things that I do not. She might know where there is a diviner or a sorcerer of great power.
Okay, sounds good. If that's it, I'll take my leave.
That is all I have for you.
Okay. I'm gonna leave. I'm going to grab Vega, and I'm gonna head back to the house and hope that Shine is there.
Yeah. Shine will probably be here by evening.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine she flies into the city, lands in the center square where it's big enough for her, and then takes human form and walks to your house.
Cool. And then I'm waiting for Emmerich to return.
Yeah, he won't be back for another day, so you'll spend the
He's
evening
gone.
waiting around.
Okay, in that
Yeah.
case, I'll talk to Shine and Vega. Vega, this is Shine. She might not look it. She's actually a humongous golden dragon. And Shine,
Now, you don't need to mention my size.
This is Vega. He is, I guess, the de facto manager of my esteemed recruits, and used to have his toes dipped in the world of smuggling, we'll say. Vega, I'm curious, between the two of you, I have a brother, who is lost potentially in another dimension. I don't know, in your time of smuggling or in your time of moving product from A to B or doing anything, is there any way that you can send a message to or retrieve something from, or through some clever trick get an item to somebody not on this plane or anything? Have you ever done such a thing before, to either Shine or to Vega?
Well, Lord Diriel, if I had that sort of power, we wouldn't really need to be setting up smuggling dens, you know?
It's fair. Shine, I'm assuming if you had any ideas like this, you would have said them already.
There was one person I can speak to who might know something about Anton, but I would need to be gone for many days.
Person. Conjurer or diviner?
A sorceress. An old... Friend's not the right word. Associate? Acquaintance.
Gotcha. Who is this acquaintance?
I should not say. I serve you, Lord Tyrael, in all matters.
That's fair. There's no way that I can, like, charisma check to see if she's referring to the same sorceress that I think she gave the dragon weapons to, right?
I mean, I don't know how you would get that information, but if you have an inkling like that, if she gave dragon weapons to a sorceress, it's probably the same one, right? Unless she knows two powerful sorceresses.
I mean, that would be my guess, but obviously I don't want to say that because she doesn't know that we know that she did that, and I don't know if I want to reveal it to her.
Yeah. Tricky situation.
Nope, it's not tricky. I just don't have to say anything. Keep my fucking mouth shut. Okay, I'll ask her then. Okay, before trying to get into contact with her, by chance across this continent, or Solemn was the name of the continent, right?
Mm-hmm.
By chance, would you happen to know of any great diviners or conjurers, any that would have the strength to summon a creature from another realm that would be able to give us some inkling of how to find or get Anton back?
Shine ponders for a moment. I don't know of anyone like that, but I have some ability to travel through some planes, and I have some spells at my disposal. She checks her spell list first. What does she have at her disposal? If you could find me some locate person scrolls, I could visit a few planes that I can access and see if he has ended up there.
Okay, you need locate person scrolls?
Locate person scrolls. Yeah.
Okay.
Again, this will take some time. I will visit my friend and I will travel some planes and I will see what I can find. But I will be gone 2 or 3 weeks.
I mean, if we have no other options, then 2 or 3 weeks we'll have to wait. I'm probably going to go talk to the cleric. Is it the cleric of Martha here? And then I'm probably going to speak with, probably talk to that elven ambassador and see if they have any ideas. But otherwise, yeah, I suppose that's it.
Vega shifts uncomfortably in his seat. This doesn't really sound like we got some good options here.
Doesn't really sound that way, indeed. Do you have any other ideas?
You know, there's an old legend of a seer woman, old as time, some sort of elven woman who lives far, far away. You know, the sort of things that people, like, you know, fairy tales that we tell kids and whatnot. Legends passed around. I don't know if she's real. She's probably dead by now if she was real. But there once upon a time was an elven woman named Atropos who could see the future and you know, see beyond all things. A blind woman, I believe. A blind elf.
You tell me that my options are limited and poor, and then you give me a legend.
Hey, this is what I'm talking about. Things are bad, so I'm giving you a legend of a person who might have existed once upon a time on an island that, you know, I guess to you a sea kraken doesn't really matter. You can probably get wherever you need. But, yeah.
All right.
I'll give you a legend.
Well, I'll ask the elven ambassador. Maybe he knows something about her. But otherwise, if that's it, then locate person scrolls is, what I'm after.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's supposed to live on the island of Bravo. You know, one of the other Arcadian islands. Not Caledonia, which vanished, but Bravo, you know, guarded by a giant kraken. Can't get there anymore.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
And that's that. Imric, what's your deal?
I wake up in the morning. I learn my spells. I spent basically most of my spells in the fight with Zarathus and all of that, so it takes me some time. But I think I get an early night, and probably something like 4 hours after I wake up, I slam my book closed, and I reach into my little pocket of holding that I've got, and I pull out the little silver cups that I used for sending, and I read back through my notes on sending, and I know that this thing can work across planes. It's more difficult, lower chance, probably somewhat like the crystal ball, but I'm going to attempt to send messages to Anton. I've got 4 castings of it. I'm going to just do all 4 of them in a row with the same message. So my message is, Anton, it's Imric. Are you alive? Where are you? Describe what you can see. And I think, depending on how far, I mean, I don't know, that's what it says in the book, but it's very different for your world. But in the book it makes out like how far away it is from the prime material plane is the less chance of it working. So if he's in like an adjacent plane, like if he's in the shadow plane, it'd probably work. If he's in like the celestial plane or whatever, it's probably not going to work.
Right. You reach out with asking the ethers, sending a message to Anton, and you do this. You said 4 times. You have 4 castings.
4 times. Yeah.
Right. First one gets no reply. The second one gets no reply. The third one gets no reply. The fourth one gets no reply.
Okay, so I'm hearing you roll dice. Do I feel like what's happening here? Because I've never had sending fail on me before. Do I kind of feel like am I getting to the point where I even get to say the message? Am I not getting the connection?
Yeah, you get the spell off. It goes off without a hitch. The magics flow through you. You can feel it sort of depleting your system. You can feel the fatigue that comes after casting a spell. You can tell it's no longer memorized. But it's sort of like, when you call to your significant other, like, "Hey, babe, can you get me a drink?" And then they just don't reply. And you're like, "Did she hear me? Did she not hear me?"
Okay. I intend to keep trying though, with that at least for the foreseeable future. But I will teleport back home.
Okay.
With my ring. And I will head out of my room and go look for Tyrell if he's around. I say to the servants, "Yeah, have you seen my brother?"
Yeah, they'll direct you to where Tyrell is. This will be the next day. I'm not sure what he's doing at this point, but if he's out of the house, they'll tell you he's out of the house. Else they'll tell you that he's,
Yeah,
in
well,
blah, blah, blah room.
If he's out of the house, I'd probably wait for him. Or depends. If I'm waiting around for a while, I might get restless and go and see Oxumbar, but I might wait for like an hour or something to see if he comes back.
Okay. I think he's probably in the house in the morning, unless he... No, he's actually probably out doing stuff. He's out getting scrolls and talking to clerics and stuff.
For me, what time in the morning?
Just in the morning.
I get up early. It's probably 11 or something.
Okay, I'm probably going to leave as soon as I wake up, so...
Yeah, so I wait around for him. And if I don't see him, I'll head to the keep.
Okay. You go to the keep, and I think this is where we take our first break. We'll be back on the other side with a little more Tombs of Scoria.
We'll be back.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Tombs of Scoria. Tyrell McGarry.
Hi.
You are looking to talk to some people about scrolls and spells.
True. First, I think I'm probably going to go talk to that Martha cleric.
Excellent. Now, there is a cleric of Martha and a cleric of Nadinus, both of which are powerful clerics in this area. Are you trying to talk to the Martha cleric specifically, or just the most powerful cleric?
The most whichever one can do gateway or the gate. What's it called? Gate. Whichever one can do gate. I'll talk to one and the other if I need to.
Okay. So this is going to be Mother Lorraine, cleric of Nadinus. Nadinus is the goddess of nature, rain, all those sorts of things. She's also not particularly happy with Anton. There's some really bad blood between these two.
I didn't talk to this one, did I? A long time ago?
You've probably spoken to her at some point.
Okay, I feel like I had a threatening interaction with a Nadinus cleric, but it was a long time ago. So
yeah, but she's been around. Like, she's been at meetings. She's the high cleric here. So when you talk to people in the Great Hall, she's around. Sometimes when you're having these debriefings, she's around. She's the highest, most important cleric about. So you've seen her, you've met her. You're on a first name basis with her.
Okay.
Even if we don't do it in game often.
Sounds good.
Okay. Well, you find Mother Lorraine, cleric of Nadinus.
Mother Lorraine, cleric of Nadinus. Are we in the temple or whatever?
Yes.
I will approach her and I will nod. Whatever you do when you see clerics.
Tyrell McGarry.
Mother Lorraine, I was wondering if I could take you someplace to speak with you privately for just a moment.
She looks around the temple. Is this not private enough?
Is there anyone else in here?
Yeah, there's some people around. You know, they're not necessarily right next to you, but they might wander closer at some point.
Well, it's not private at all. Private generally implies just the involved parties having a conversation. That's not possible. Perhaps I can come back later, or...
No. Don't worry. We'll find space. And she will walk into the cleric's mess hall and announce loudly, clerics, priests, acolytes. Lord Tyrio would like the room. Would you all please leave? And folks look up from their food and frustratingly set it down and exit out of the room. It occurs to you that she didn't necessarily need to do this in the room where people were eating and didn't need to announce that it was by your intention.
I figured that out.
Yeah.
What's the quality of their food? Are these guys eating
humble.
well or humble? Is that intentionally so, or?
Yes, there is money to be had, but the cleric of Nadinus wishes that everyone eats humbly here.
Mm-hmm.
Live close to the land, close to the people who work the land and, you know, hunt the forests.
Well, I come to you with an offer that I'm sure you'll be ecstatic to know. Curious if it's possible for you to cast Gate and to bring through a creature that we might be able to have questions with. Does this sound possible?
She blinks a couple of times. Gate. The interdimensional summoning spell.
Unless you know of another gate, that would be the one.
I, unfortunately, am not strong enough to cast Gate, but also I don't think I would. It's extremely powerful, pulls in all sorts of things from far out planes, is hugely dangerous.
I'll wave my hand.
For what?
If you're not powerful enough to cast it, do you know any clerics that are? That might be here in Wicthron Rorentha?
No. I am the greatest cleric in Wicthron Rorentha. She pauses. Your brother, notwithstanding. Why don't you ask him?
He is it deposed at the moment? He's unavailable.
Indisposed.
He is unavailable at the moment, unfortunately. There's nothing that we could do to bolster your abilities for a moment to allow you to cast such a spell, is there?
She ponders the significance of uplift and checks her appropriate level in casting abilities. No. As much as I hate to say it, the only clerics I've ever known who could conceivably approach a gate spell either existed 1500 years ago before the gods split the land. Your brother is maybe near to that. And the queen's son-in-law, Van Helsing, is maybe not there, but in the general vicinity. However, he has not been seen for some time, and I do not know where he is.
Okay, well, the only other question is, maybe you clerics go missing sometimes. You wouldn't happen to be sitting on any extra locate person scrolls, would you?
Isn't that a spell well within the range of your family? Why do you come raiding the monastery and the church for scrolls and spells?
I think I'm raiding for anything. Obviously, I would trade for these things, or we should give you whatever gold or payment you required. But if you don't have any of these things, then I understand. That's all I have.
Tell me what you need them for. I'm not in the habit of giving things away.
I'm not asking you to give anything away, but if you're not powerful enough to cast the spells I need, if you don't have the items that I have, I don't see why I would share any more information with you about what I'm going on about.
Why would I offer to share my scrolls with you if you won't tell me what you're using them for?
You told me you didn't have these scrolls. Are you telling me now that you do? You might?
I'm not telling you that I have them or don't have them. I'm telling you I'm not going to give you something without you informing me of what is going on.
Well, I'm not sure how much you've kept up on what's going on, but we happen to have one of the most powerful dragons in the land at the service of our family. This dragon wanted to go to another realm to find a woman that possessed a great weapon that would help us slay Scoria. But she needs a whole person scroll in order to find that person. So here we are looking for locate person scrolls.
Ah.
Is that a good enough reason
You need
for
my clerical magic to empower your dragon to find you more riches, wealth, and power. I see.
If that's what enlarges your head the most, then sure. Is this a task that you would be up to as the second or third mightiest cleric in the town, I guess, depending on where Van Helsing is?
She winces as you underline that. And we take a look at her spell list. She does not have locate creature. It's not within her spell list. It is a fourth... Ooh, that's a wizard version of it. She tells you that locate creature itself is a wizard spell. You need a wizard to cast it, obviously. How could you not know this? And if you're looking for people, clerics of vengeance are usually the ones who are best at finding folks. Doesn't your brother have some means of finding these people or traveling with your dragon?
We're all over the lands right now doing things. So you're to tell me that if I was looking for scrolls of whole person, where would be the place to go again? Locate person. Yeah.
You would need a wizard, maybe Arksomber, maybe your other brother, Emric Megari, murderer of mermaids.
Okay, well, if that's it, glad we could clear the room out to have this entirely pointless conversation. Thank you very much.
I can't wait for you to waste my time again later.
I look forward to it. I'll leave.
Pleasure's all mine. Everyone, Lord McGarry's done with your room. You may return to your meals, she announces as you exit. And let's...
That was brutal.
Well, yep.
Okay, so there's no point to going to the Martha Cleric because these people are all too weak to cast gate, yeah?
Yeah.
Why did we go to the Martha Cleric before? Was it so that she could hold the gate open longer?
It was so she could cast Uplift
on Uplift
Anton,
on Anton so that he could do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Oh. No, that's it. Then the only other person I need to go to would be the Elven Ambassador.
Excellent. Well, Elven Ambassador it is. You can make your way there, and there is, beyond his little walled gate, in his little tree house, hanging out. He's presently speaking with some folks, and there's a small line of ordinary, low people hanging out, waiting to speak with him about something. What is the great and powerful Tyrael McGarry do when confronted with a line of peasants wishing to speak to a diplomat?
There is no shot that high-born, noble people such as ourselves stand in the same lines as peasants. There must be like a Disney Fast Pass, or at the casino we have diamond members.
You can essentially just walk to the front of the line and say, I'm more important than the rest of you, and that's just how society works. I just don't know if you're comfortable flaunting your position that way, or if you are a man of the people who will stand in the line and chat with them and
it's
wait.
It's not flaunting, it's just the way that it is. I'll move to the front of the line and I'll request a quick audience with the ambassador.
Yes. He's currently in a meeting, but he will be happy to speak with you next. And this is another one of those situations where you can flaunt your power if you want and interrupt a meeting, or you can let it finish.
Tell him it's an essential meeting. It'll take but 3 or 4 minutes at the most.
Okay. All right. You will be brought in through the gates past the gardens and into the treehouse, where there'll be a rap on the door. I'm busy from inside, and then a more urgent rapping, and then the door opens, and there is the ambassador before you, looking a little bit frazzled. There is a crying woman, tearful woman, sitting next to him in the chair, or sitting at the table. But then he sees Lord Tyrell McGarry and puts a gentle hand on the woman's shoulder and says, "Now, we'll speak again in a short bit. Would you let my guard escort you to a fresh fountain?" And she sees you and will give you a curtsy and head out with the guard and head over to the nice fountain with some birds perched on it, while the ambassador brings you in and sits you down, looks concerned at you. What brings you here on this fine day, Lord McGarry?
I have a few important questions I might ask you.
Yes?
Firstly, I stare at him intently in the eyes. No, I don't. I ask him, you have some knowledge of traveling through different planes. I know that we've traveled through the Feywild with you. Do you have other elves that are capable of traversing or communicating across or finding people on more than just the Feywild plane?
Feywild is where we are from in the early days of the world. It is where it's close to our spirit. The other planes, not so much.
So
Finding people on these are... Tell me more.
I don't have any more to say. We're searching for
looking to
somebody.
find-
We're looking for somebody that might be on another plane that we don't have access to. We don't know which plane that is, so we're looking for those that could traverse planes. Is he going through his notes right now, or is it Neal going through his notes right now?
It's Neal going through his notes to see
Okay.
what level their spellcasters are.
Gotcha. I'd like to ask him as we're talking, and then I don't know if I need a charisma check, depending on the answer he gives me. But I'd also like to ask him if he knows of a seer by the name of Atropos.
Atropos.
A blind seer who can see into the future and see other planes. She might be alive today. She might have been dead 1,500 years ago. From the island of Bravos, perhaps?
Yes, that's why I've heard that name. Our distant cousins on the island of Bravo spoke of such a woman before Arcadia was split and before the land of Bravo was sunk beneath the sea and the mountains came. But that was a long, long time ago. I doubt she survived the breaking. I think she was a human woman. I think she's probably dead by now.
Oh, well, I guess that doesn't help me either then. Okay, and I don't suppose you know of any great diviners or conjurers here or in Solemn or in any other place of the world I might be able to travel to?
Just forgot the thing that I looked up. Well, our wizards that were able to move your enchantments are powerful casters. They may have divination spells at your disposal, looking to locate a person on another plane. Thinks to himself, scrolls through his mental list of spells. Post-cognition? No, that's only on this plane. No. I would speak to one of the fey creatures that may know these things. If we're looking for a person, the Lord of Dreams might have an idea. If they can see into the dreams and the person sleeps and dreams, they might be able to find them. But that involves a trip to the Feywild, and I was under the impression that wasn't something you wanted to do again.
If I must, you said you have a Lord of Dreams. I have a couple other leads I need to follow up on, but perhaps we'll come back tomorrow at a later date and we can have that conversation then.
Yes. Thank you for coming, Mr. McGarry.
Thank you. And then I will get up and I will leave.
Okay.
And I think the only other person, yeah, Shine, so yeah, go for it.
Imric? Muted?
I think I was going to the keep. I think I was going to Argsombar, but I was kind of looking for Tyrrell.
Sure. You can run in... No, you'll probably end up at Arksombar's alone, because he was at the other places.
Yeah, I know. Sombar. I assume you know what's happened.
Yes.
Perhaps we should talk.
Please.
I follow her up the stairs into her tower. I take a seat and sigh. What a mess. Have you, I assume Tyrrell spoke to you and you've had time to think on it.
Yes, I have.
What do you think the best options are here? I've tried using sending spells, but failed to get through. My crystal ball just shows me smoke and dust. I'm not sure if this is a good sign or a bad sign. He could still live. Maybe he's far away on a far distant plane. Perhaps with time I'll get a success.
I would try, but out of hopelessness. If your sending spells haven't reached him, I doubt they will. But never give up hope. Stiff upper lip.
These things, I understood it to be a question of chance. Perhaps I've just been unlucky. Wouldn't be the first time.
I've understood some of these things to be, well, you say chance, I say skill, but well, magic philosophy is this is no time to discuss magic theory. What can I do for you?
Well, I'm just wondering if you have any other options. I was considering a trip to the airship. Maybe to find scrolls, maybe more powerful spells, something that could help me see across the plains. Do you know of any spells like that?
Astral window might peer into the astral plane. There are probably other spells to do such things. I don't know of them. As I told your brother, I don't deal much in the realms outside of here. I deal in the here and now, and the protection of the kingdom, the facilitating its operations. This sort of heady magic is beyond me.
The other clerics in the capital, Nadinus and Martha,
I have not.
As far as I recall, spells to do with the astral plane tend to be the domain of clerics.
I was under the impression that this was a matter of utmost secrecy and that should not be discussed with anyone. I've sent my servant away every time, or my assistant away every time your brother has come.
Indeed. It's very important. But I presume we can trust the Queen's head clerics. As much as they may hold animosity towards Anton, surely they have the survival of the kingdoms at the center of their goals.
Yes, that sounds nice.
Have you seen Tyrrell recently? I've been wandering around looking for him. He's not at home. He's not here.
He was here last night. I'm sure he's somewhere. It's a big city.
Perhaps I'll go and visit one of these clerics now. Oksamba, I would, if you do have, I would go to the airship. So if you could come up with any ideas, maybe the kinds of spells I would look into, or if you know of any books on the subject that perhaps I could look up, I'd appreciate that list.
Well, what about contact other plane? That's one way of reaching out. I don't know if you'll find Anton, but you might find someone who knows something.
Okay, I'm just looking up that spell real quick. Neal, is that a wizard spell?
Yes, it's a wizard spell. Player's Handbook, 5th level, Divination.
Okay, I could learn that.
I said to your brother very much something that I'll tell you here. Finding him directly is... I haven't the foggiest idea how to do it. One would have to probably create many spells to find the process. If this is a matter of haste, I think you need greater magics. But you also know that at this point in time, finding greater magics than your own is difficult and dangerous, and there's matters of great trust that cannot be so easily, overcome. It would be very difficult to show up on the doorstep of a great spellcaster and ask or beg of them a spell.
I understand that. When we were in, if we could just find out where he is, I think we could find him. There was a place in Glacier at the end of our journey.
Yes, and if I were just immortal, I could live a long time. Simply finding where he is the hard part. That is the hardest part.
What about a way to confirm he lives? Do you think the spell Speak with Dead would work across a plane?
No, I don't think so. I'm not familiar with the intricacies of clerical magic, but my understanding is that Speak with Dead, you need the remains of the dead before you, or part of them in possession?
I could find that, though. His pillow would surely have a strand of hair.
It can't hurt to try, can it?
Well, it may give false readings, because if he's alive on another plane, it may... I get confused. If he was dead on another plane, it might still not give a reading, because it's on another plane, not because he's alive, if you know what I mean. Without knowing how the spell works, there's no way to use it to confirm whether he's alive or dead.
So it may work, it may not, but you could still try it.
Yeah, well, maybe I'll go visit the Martha Cleric while I'm here.
You know, Imric.
Yes.
I know he's your brother, and you're very close.
Don't say it, Sombar. I mean, brotherly love aside, we are in this position for one reason and one reason only, and I'm not sure we can complete it without him. I mean, it's not to say we won't try. If he is dead, I'll give my life trying to kill that dragon, but if we are going to succeed, then him by our side is our best chance.
Yes, but what if you must travel? Remember what happened last time you were gone? Remember what happened when you were in Glacia?
Yes.
We may not be able to afford the two of you skipping around the plains for weeks or months, or getting lost in time bubbles or whatnot.
We'll have to make those decisions when we have more information. You're right, though. It's not an easy call.
Also, wherever he is, there's a strong possibility that he could not survive where he is. Does he have food, water? 3 days without water is the general limit of human endurance.
He has a magical item, I believe, that could keep him alive.
Is there air?
Depends what plane he's on, right? Plane of fire, he's almost certainly dead. Plane of water, probably the same thing. Plane of air, plane of earth, maybe he could live. Shadow plane, could live there.
He's a powerful cleric in his own right. Doesn't he have ways of coming home?
He might, yeah. He might. But we can't just sit around carrying on as usual waiting. At least not yet. It's only been days.
Days is enough time for someone to be gone.
I stand
We've
up
all
and
lost
put a hand on his
many
shoulder
people
now.
in this war.
Aksomba, I've heeded your counsel, but I'm afraid that you're not in a position to understand where I'm coming from here. And,
I've lost family.
not like this.
Right, your pain is different.
If they die, then one can begin to grieve. Lost into the ether. It's more difficult.
It's as good as dead. If a man falls off a boat into the sea, you may not see the body, but you know he is gone.
Perhaps
Man's
for
been
anyone else.
thrown into plains via a bag of holding. It might be time to look to the future.
Well, give me a week, at least. You're what?
Scoria is the one who must give you the week, not me.
I take your counsel seriously, Sambar, and I appreciate it, but I'm not ready to move on just yet. And I will take my leave, I think.
Okay.
And head to the Martha Cleric, I suppose.
Okay.
What was I going to ask about? Need a copy of Contact of the Plane. I could probably get that on the wizard airship.
Don't you have all 5th level spells and below?
Oh, I
In your
do.
spell books?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, why am I wasting my time then? I head back to the house.
Excellent. You'll run into your brother.
Tyrael, I've returned. Sorry, I took a trip to our keep to speak with the cleric there. She's Strawberry. She'll do what she can to convene with Valthara in an attempt to track Anton. Have you had any luck with the other things we discussed?
No, I've been talking around, but unfortunately nobody seems to have the scrolls we need. Nobody seems to know much about alternate planes. I got a...
What scrolls are you looking for?
Well, Shine said that if a few scrolls of locate person would help her in another dimension. Is this something that you could create quite
easily? She could travel to another plane and look from there. I can't create them. I don't know the spell, but it shouldn't be... Neal, what level is locate creature? Is that like level 3
4th
or
level?
something?
4th level.
We could probably find a wizard somewhere who can cast a spell and make a scroll for us. I wish I'd have known. I was just speaking to Oxamba. Maybe you could go and ask her about that. I have actually, I thought of a spell. I have it in a book somewhere back home that could allow me to directly contact something on another plane. It may take me a week or so to learn it, but I think maybe my time is best spent doing that.
Yeah, if you want, that'd be fine. I can go talk to Arksomber, get her the scrolls, or get scrolls from her to give to Shine. No great diviners or conjurers, I guess, on this land for Gate.
No, that spell Gate, it's dangerous anyway, but Anton was the only one who could even think about casting it. I don't think there's anyone else here that can approach his power.
Gotcha. Apparently the elves have a guy called the Lord of Dreams.
Lord of Dreams.
I don't even know if Anton sleeps.
The elves certainly would be a place to check.
Yeah, perhaps. I don't know how long we'll be lost in the Feywild, but yeah, I guess I'll go speak to Arksomber for scrolls then.
Do you think you could travel to the Elves Kingdom on your own?
Yeah, at this point I should be able to go almost anywhere on my own, no?
Yeah, I would think so. But I could give you that ring, help you travel. You could polymorph.
Perhaps, yeah.
I feel like, I would come with you, but if I could be learning this spell, it's probably for the best.
Probably, yeah. What does the spell do?
Contact other plane. I'm not sure of the exact details. I may be able to contact Anton directly, or perhaps something adjacent, something else over there. Maybe they could ask a question of it. I'm going to find the spell anyway, just to confirm I've got it. I'm sure I read it somewhere in one of those books that we pulled back from Glacier. But yeah, okay. Well, if you are to leave for the Elves, come back and see me first. I'll give you that ring.
Gotcha. Sounds good. Okay. Can I go to our party sheet as our stash of stuff, right? Character sheet, home. We have the... Was it the plate mail of command that gave you 18 charisma?
The Rod of Lordly Might?
Was that it?
Rod of... What was it called? Rod of...
Actually, no, the
Rod of
plate
Splendor?
mail of command, right?
Yes.
I think
You gave
that
that
does
to the
it.
Queen, though, I think.
No, she mentioned us giving it to her, but we never did.
Oh, yeah, we never did. Okay.
We asked her if there was
Double check.
anything that she wanted that might assist her, and she mentioned the plate mail of command. We also still have that phylactery of long years, which increases lifespan by, what, 25% or something? Or
Armor of command. The wearer is treated as if he had 18 charisma. For all encounter reactions, friendly troops within 360 feet of the user have the morale increased by 2. Otherwise, it functions as plate mail +1.
How much does that weigh?
Regular plate mail, so like 50 pounds, something like that.
Okay.
I can get you an exact number.
No, I don't care.
Okay.
I'm gonna swipe that and add that to my bag of holding. If I need to talk to anybody later, I could probably put this on first and have a much higher chance of persuading them of anything. Is that for charisma?
It's for encounter. Yeah, it would give you there's a flat bonus you get on. So, how should we say? It makes for people who don't know you, like if you're encountering someone for the first time, it would be very useful. You would look super impressive. For someone who knows you fairly well or who you've encountered before, like it will sort of underline your status and it might give you a soft buff in that way. But if they already know you, you're not going to all of a sudden be like, it's really impressive. It's super impressive and it draws the eye and it'll inspire troops and whatnot. But like,
okay, yeah, that's fine. What did the watchful ward masks do?
You put one somewhere, you put another. If you look through one, you can see through the other with the casting of a spell. But you need a spell to activate it.
You need a spell to activate it, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just looking through to see if any of these will help us. That Rod of Splendor, you're holding on to that, right? Nick?
Yes.
You have that.
I can give
okay.
that to you if you would like it.
No, that's fine. Just making sure we have it. We have lots of bags of holding. If we want to go find Anton ourselves.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like it's random though. I did.
No, yeah,
I
know. Yeah, it wouldn't work that way. Have you ever done that thing? I'm sorry, this is such a random. You ever drop something and you can't find it, and then you try to drop something else from the same thing to see if it goes to the same place? And
yeah.
I've done that before and lost 2 nails. I just random shit. Okay, sorry. I feel like the bag of holding could be the same. Let's see. We have our 7 ion stones. I'm just looking through our thing to see if there's any. We have so many. We got lots of scrolls. None of these are locate person. It's knock, hold person, read magic, dispel magic, greater beacon. What does that one do?
Well, I wish we'd have cast that on Anton earlier, because we'd probably be able to track him now, but it's... I don't know what greater beacon does, Neal. It just never runs out, is that right? It just basically allows you to track something.
You create, like, you GP. You add a low jack to an item. So with a spell, you can find it wherever it is.
Gotcha. Find familiar? What does that one do?
I'll let you get a familiar.
Oh
like
yeah, just to have a fucking dude.
That hangs. Yeah.
I guess protect.
Not worth it.
Yeah, none of this seems to help. What is clairaudience? Clairaudience.
It lets you like remote view an area, but not across planes.
Okay, and clairvoyance?
Same thing, but sorry, clairaudience is listen, clairvoyance is view.
Gotcha.
But again, not across planes.
Okay, so none of this shit seems to be helping us. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I don't have anything else. Are you looking for? Or no? Okay, you're gonna go learn that spell. I'm gonna go talk to the, not the elven dudes. Wait, who am I talking to? Or am I going?
I think maybe go and talk to the elves. Yeah, either to go into. I don't know if you should go in the Feywild without me, but
oh yeah,
they've got high level casters there though. So
the last time I went to the Feywild, there was an expansion of time, or contraction. Did we lose time?
Yes, like days passed for you, weeks passed in the real world.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna go to Arksambra and get locate person scrolls. That's what I need to do.
Yeah. Also, it's worth noting that in the Feywild they've mentioned that time runs differently, and it might not always have the same result. You might spend a week in the Feywild and only a minute will pass, or you might spend a week in the Feywild and a year will pass. It's unknown. Like it's all wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
Yeah, gotcha.
It's not predictable.
Okay. Final question. We picked up a Pipes of Haunting before. What did that do?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's like a chance to make people feel uneasy.
Really?
Yeah.
This magic item appears to be a small set of pan pipes, like like a little tiny set of pipes. If checked, it radiates magic. When played by a person skilled in music, the pipes create an eerie spellbinding tune. The listener will think the source of the music is somewhere within 30 feet of the musician. Those hearing the tune and not aware of the piper must make a saving throw versus spell. Those who fail become nervous and scared. All morale checks are made with -2 penalty, and the listener suffers a -1 penalty to all surprise rolls.
Gotcha.
That's how you get to be an H+12
haunting music.
Yeah. Man, think about it though. Combine that with Dragon Fear. Oh, insane. Got your level 20 mummy out there playing on your pipes.
Well, for a dragon like this, who has no ability to move about. The items in its lair are usually the items that have been dropped by people who have ventured there and died.
Yeah.
You know, it can't really go.
True. Like those.
Can't really go about picking up stuff when it's got no ability to move.
Like the adventurers that sliced off the wings with the +1 protection ring. I remember that. Okay, we are.
Let's not get into this.
No, I was recounting.
No, I know.
They were probably able to do it successfully because the dragon failed to save on the pipes of haunting. I bet. So
You're right. Yeah,
probably
that's probably what happens.
Mm-hmm.
The
spooked.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to Arc Somber next then.
Excellent.
Boom. Am I in? Are we good?
Yeah. Are both of you there, or just you?
I just need to go. He's reading, studying.
Yeah. Got it. You see Arc Somber again. She shoos her assistant out of the room quickly, closes the door. Any luck?
Luck seems to be the thing we're not having much of right now. Do you have any extra scrolls of locate person by chance?
She goes over to a library, browses through, pulls out a scroll, flips through it, and points to the third scroll on this page. Locate person.
So she does?
Yeah.
Oh, how many do you have?
Just one.
Any idea where I can make some more of these? Or have some more of these made?
I can make them for you.
How long would it take?
This to find Anton, isn't it?
Indeed. Not Anton directly, but somebody that'll hopefully help somebody find Anton.
Take me 4 days to make one.
To make one, or to make a batch of some?
To make one. 4 days for each one. At the exclusion of all other activities.
The exclusion of all other activities.
Yes.
Any idea where somebody might possess some of these scrolls somewhere that I could go hunt down?
Maybe before the war, there might have been some lying around, but the Drekis has used a great deal of its magic to get this far. I have no idea how much magic Mysteria has. Eridon's been sacked for all that it's worth. Akuba's been in a long, drawn-out civil war. They're probably magic deprived as well.
What about the all-women's island? What was it called? The matriarchy one.
Matava?
Matava. Perhaps they might have some. They had some scrolls over there
Perhaps.
last time we went.
They haven't been in the war as much. They might still have some things lying about, but I know very little about their approach. It's also a weird place. They only empower half of their spellcasters.
Gotcha. Could I have the one that you have, and then I'll head over there and check next?
She will hand the scroll to you. She'll note that there are some other spells on here that don't pertain to your needs, so she would like the scroll back when you're done after you've cast the locate creature spell from it.
Of course.
Great.
Then I'll take off. I'll go back to the house. I'll find Shine, and I need to ask her how many locate person scrolls does she need? I thought she said she needed multiple.
Yes, because she will need it, one for each plane.
How many does she need?
Shine needs 1, 2, 3, 4. Shine needs 4.
I'll hand her one, and I'll say treat this scroll carefully. As you can see, there are other spells on it. I need to return this to Arc Somber when you're done with it. I'm gonna head off. Or actually, can we go to Matava and see if we can get 3 more?
How are you just going to walk up to the queen and demand 3 scrolls?
Yeah, more or less. Let's fly.
Let's fly. She will help you drag the large saddle that you have had made for you in the meantime out.
Have we had a giant thing of mithril. Did we break that down yet, or?
No, we haven't talked about what has been done, so I'm assuming that the Volkov is just in a ruined state, sitting in your keep somewhere, waiting to be tinkered with or
I think
melted
it's
down.
so much money that it would like crash the economy. So I think we just like save it until.
Well, but you can always still use a little bit of it, right?
Yeah, you could use a little bit of it, but.
Yeah. But there's also the possibility that someone might want to try and repair it or reanimate it, you know. So
the
so
knowledge
far
of
it's
it
just
existing might crash the price of mithril. You know, some shit like that. So.
Nah, maybe though, but nah. Okay, we're off to Matava.
All right, good luck.
Excellent. The two of you fly high in the sky and soon find yourself over the lands of Matava, circling over the castle.
Too cool. It's like Jon Snow, man. Badass.
True. I want to find the not a courtyard. Yeah, clearing to land in.
Mm-hmm. In the castle?
Yeah, outside the gates, I guess. We'll be respectful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Outside the gates, can I signal? I imagine some people saw us or something.
Yeah, you're in a dragon flying around.
True.
This is the same dragon that you arrived with last time, so
Absolutely.
they know who's up. There's not a lot of
Good.
gold dragons chilling about.
I'd like to request
So you
an
land.
audience again with the queen here.
Mm-hmm. Yes. You will be marched just like last time. File of soldiers on left and right side. Cleric and wizard at the back. You know, knight at the front. Armed guards along the sides. You will see the people of Matava looking at you through the streets, watching in wonder as the two of you enter into the city. With some pomp, you can make it to the citadel at the center, be brought in over the drawbridge, through the walls, through the gates, into the heart of the keep, into the throne room with maybe, you know, another 40 or so knights who are all assembled. The physical power in this room is quite a lot. It's like they saw you coming and called in all available soldiers to stand around and keep an eye on you. There are many powerful knights in plate mail, archers on the sides, clerics and wizards, at least 4 of each. Now,
Okay.
this
Sounds
is the
good.
sort of situation that you could probably maybe fight your way out of. But the room isn't really big enough for Shine to take dragon form well. And there's enough people here that action economy alone could put you in a pretty dire situation.
Absolutely.
It would also mean the death of all of these people, probably, but
We're good.
okay. Just so we know what the level of danger is.
That's fine. I heard nothing. It sounded dangerous, so let's go. Can I, I'd like to approach the queen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
Lord Migeri,
Queen of Matava.
hello.
I'm not sure if news has reached back to you yet, or if you've noticed, but we have slain your dragon.
Yes, you have. Thank you.
You are very welcome. Come here with a small, hopefully humble request. I'm looking for a few scrolls. Seeing if you might have any left in your possession. Our stockpiles have been exhausted, being at war for so long. I come here to see if you have any locate person scrolls and any scrolls that you might use to fight dragons.
Which type of dragon?
I don't know, any at all. I suppose there's one left, Scoria, so probably be the most helpful one.
Could you be more specific? In theory, any scroll could be useful to fight a dragon. A scroll of magic missile could be quite useful. Probably not against Scoria. She's probably defended against magic missiles. Probably immune or impervious to them in one way or another.
That is true. If I was talking to a year 1 wizard, perhaps I would be more specific, but I trust you are wise. You guys have probably fought dragons as much as we have at this point, for as long as you've been warring against Arathis. If you have any scrolls that you think are useful for such a fight, you can let me know. If not, then perhaps just the locate person scrolls would be adequate.
She makes a motion, and the cleric and wizard, or a cleric and wizard, hurry over to her. She whispers in the ear. The wizard nods a few times and scurries out of the room, holding her, her robes up. The queen calls forth a pair of chairs to be brought for the two of you to sit in the throne room, and says, "My wizard is off fetching them now. Please, wait."
Is anybody else sitting, or are all the knights and all the archers and everybody?
Everyone else is standing. Well, the queen is sitting. Everyone else
Sure.
is standing.
Okay.
Is this like she's treating you like an equal by letting you sit in her presence, or is this like she's putting out your disadvantage by having you seated?
Oh, she's treating us like equals for sure. Yeah, I'll remove my bag, I'll set it on the floor, and I'll take a seat, and I'll wait.
Some dried mangoes get brought to the queen, and she snacks on them. She offers you a glass of wine while the wizard does their stuff.
I shake my head. I say, if you've ever seen a drunk man ride a horse, it's 10 times worse than the back of a dragon, I promise you.
This actually makes her laugh. She chuckles at it.
Good.
Now, let's talk, Tyrael McGarry, about what you will do for us in exchange for these scrolls, if we can find them.
Sure, how about I will slay the dragon Zarathis for you, so it's no longer terrorizing your country. I figure that's a fair enough trade, no?
That was part of an earlier deal.
Indeed.
What
Don't
sort
know
of
if we'd-
horse trader are you?
Don't know if we'd iron out every aspect of that deal, but if you are looking to trade more for them, if you need more to part ways with these scrolls, then I suppose I could do that. You mean any indication of what you may be looking for? I can see what I might have for you.
I would like an evening with Shine, and without you.
Can I ask what kind of evening this might be?
A conversation.
Conversation may be a grave threat to you. I've heard that gold dragons like to talk to people until they literally die of boredom, but if it's a conversation you want over a single night, then I look to Shine and I shrug. Shine, if you find
Shine
that
shrugs.
arrangement agreeable, then perhaps would be okay.
It's fine with me.
Surely I'm sure you know that Shine here won't be divulging any secrets of our kingdom or family to you in the course of this conversation. Hopefully you won't find that distasteful, no?
Then you have nothing to fear.
Okay, I know. That's all it is. Then a conversation, evening with Shine, perhaps tomorrow or the day after could be arranged. That's okay.
Why not tonight?
Well, Shine has to fly me back tonight, and we have to finalize a couple plans, but I could send her over tomorrow, the first thing in the morning.
Yes, that'll do well then.
Okay. I continue to wait.
Yes, there's a long, awkward wait. And then the wizard shows back up with a pair of scrolls. Each one has 3 locate creature or locate person spells on it.
Gotcha.
Nice.
They will hand them over to you. You now have 6 more.
2 different scrolls, 3. You can read one and it just disappears from that, right?
Yeah, the ink disappears from the page, and that's that.
Cool. Okay. Why not? Well,
All right.
thank you very much. I'll go to Stan. I'll pick up my bag. So I go over my shoulder. I look to Shine. I look to the Queen. I look to all of the incredibly rigid men in the room. I nod. Or women, I guess I should
All
say.
women.
Women, yeah, women.
Yes.
Anything else I can do for you?
No. I think this has been a productive conversation. Go with gods. Go with the gods, Tyrael McGarry.
Sounds
And
good.
remember to pay homage to your mother.
Of course, always. She might be more of a threat than you if she were to be angered, so.
Certainly.
Okay. I will take off.
Yep, you can take off with Shine. You can get back to Wickthrottle Renta. She's got all the scrolls that she needs. You can even give that one back to...
Yeah, I'll send that one back to Arc Somber. Don't need that anymore.
Great.
She's got the scroll
Shine
that she
will-
needs.
Yeah, she'll Shine asks if she can just take off right after she chats with the queen, or if you'd like her to come back and debrief you on the conversation.
Firstly, we need to make sure that you're protected if you head over there. Keep in mind that Matavians used to treat with Scoria, yeah? It's part of what they did. Could be an extended trap. Could be an extended plan to have you killed. I feel like we should either give you the amulet or at least cast some spell on you to keep track of you to make sure that everything is okay. Yeah.
Which amulet do you speak of?
I believe Imric has the amulet of returning, of home. I don't know, what is it called? Imric? Wait, Imric has that amulet, right? Recall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think you merely tap the amulet and it'll take you back to the mountain northeast of our keep.
That would be a nice get out of jail free card, please.
Okay, we'll find him when he gets back. We have some. What does the Greater Beacon Scroll do again? Or how do we how do I ping your GPS if I cast?
So you would enchant something with the Greater Beacon spell, and then you would need a Detect Magic or a Locate Beacon spell to activate it. So you would need a wizard to use it, and it's generally restricted to the same plane of existence.
Gotcha. We have a Greater Beacon Scroll. Perhaps we can cast on you. And then does that just remain like that indefinitely, forever, or?
Yep, it will be permanently beaconed. If you cast Detect Magic on it, it'll it'll be clearly and obviously beaconed. And if you can learn the signature of the beacon, then you can use a Locate Beacon spell to find it, or with a shorter range, a Locate Magic spell. Now, granted, you also need their components. You need a map with Locate Beacon, and then the location is only as accurate as your map is. So, if you've got a big world map, you might be able to say that, okay, this beacon is pinging in Kansas.
Okay.
But then you need to bust out a map of Kansas to be okay, he's somewhere in Topeka, and then the map of Topeka to say it's,
Can I set that up with Emmerich? Do you feel like you'd be able to adequately locate somebody given?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I haven't got Locate Beacon. What's the range on Detect Magic now?
Oh, it's 1 mile per spell level.
Probably not then, really. I'd have to
Yeah, you'd need Locate Beacon.
You don't have that spell? Does Locate Beacon, if you cast it, make a mark on a map or something then, or what?
Yeah, you put a little, let me actually read the spell.
Because I could theoretically go to Arc Somber, give her a map of Matava, and tell her to cast Locate Beacon, yeah?
Right, but she would need to be present for the casting of Greater Beacon, so she can pick up the signature, so she knows what to look for. But that's all very, very doable. Let's see, if the beacon, blah 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 blah. When a beacon is to be located, a map must be produced and a crystal lens placed on it. The Locate Beacon spell is cast on both the map and the lens, just the one casting, and the caster may look through the lens at the map to find the location. If the map is detailed and accurate enough, the beacon will be somewhere depicted on the map, and the beacon is somewhere on the map. It will be seen as a pulsing green light about 1 inch in diameter. The beacon is the beacon is within the area of the light, but not exactly at its center. So you'll get a 1 inch on your map AoE. So the more precise and more accurate the map, the more precise and accurate the spell.
Okay. All right. I should. Do we want to do that? Cast Greater Beacon on her, just so we can always be able to locate her with Arc Somber, maybe. What?
Ooh, it needs to be on not on a person, but on an object.
Could be on the amulet.
She's got a ring of protection +3 or something.
Yeah,
like that.
or you could also just give her a coin, and she can tuck it in one of her scales. There's a lot of ways to go about it, but it has to be on a non-living object.
We could do it on that amulet, yeah.
Well, no, because I wear the amulet most of the time.
Well, we're giving her the amulet, right?
Yeah, not forever though, right?
I'm true, but I'm just saying we'd always be able to locate the amulet. We don't have to give her the amulet.
Yeah. No, I'm just trying to think now. Do I have another amulet? I don't think I do. No, I'm still wearing it. Yeah, I mean, so I think her ring is better if we're trying to track her ring of protection.
Okay, she has a ring of protection +2, right?
3, I think.
Plus something.
Yeah.
Okay, we can cast on her ring of protection then.
Yeah, ring of protection +3. Ring of X-ray vision. You gave her a ring of free action, which I think she's given back to you now. And now she's got the amulet of...
No, she's keeping the ring of free action now.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, she will. That and the ring of... Does she have ring of protection? Is it +3, actually, her ring of protection?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
+3.
Yeah, okay. Cast Beacon on that. Okay.
On the amulet of recall? Or on the ring?
On the ring of protection +3.
Got it.
We'll go to Arc Somber, give her the scroll back, cast Greater Beacon. She'll know the sign. And then...
Oh, if I can have been there, can you just ask Arc Somber if she can cast Remove Curse? Or if one of her apprentices can or something. It's important.
Well, certainly a cleric around here can.
Okay, good. As long as we
Yeah.
can find someone who can cast that.
Why? Are we planning on getting cursed?
Because this contact of the plane thing can drive me insane for 3 months, but it can be negated with the remove curse, so
Okay.
I'll need someone there with me when I cast it.
Gotcha.
In case it goes wrong.
Okay. So Arc Somber will use the scroll of Greater Beacon to cast. Well, let's see. Does Arc Somber have Locate Beacon as a spell? If not, she'll have to learn it.
I'm taking one of the... It's a scroll with 2 castings on it. I'm removing one of the castings of this Greater Beacon thing.
Perfect. So Arc Somber will have to learn Locate Beacon. It's a 2nd level spell.
Jesus.
So it would only take her. Oh, it's a 3rd level spell. That means she definitely has a spell slot available. So let's just give her a quick learn check.
Why int is she out of interest? 18?
No.
Level 18?
No, int, like one intelligence is she. She's not level 18.
Arc Somber has 17 int, I think. I'll have to check my notes, but I think
No,
it's
it's
around
fine.
there.
It's fine. More than 14 then.
Yeah.
So that'd be ridiculous.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's 17 int. And Imric, are you also going to want to learn Locate Beacon? Do you've got a 3rd level spell
No,
slot
fuck that.
available?
I'm learning Contact of the Plane. I haven't got a 3rd level spell slot available, so.
Okay. Arc Somber will take the time to learn Locate Beacon. She can learn up to 14 spells per level, plus one of her specialty if she's a specialist.
I can learn 9.
She's an invoker.
She's an invoker. That's a bit of a strange specialism for a wizard that spends her whole life in a tower.
I know, right? But hey, you don't always find. What do you want to say?
The job's a job.
Determinism isn't always going to work out. Sometimes you have people with weird skill sets in weird areas.
All right. Let me know when you're done. I've got a couple of other things to ask you before I commit to just learning the spell for the next.
No, let's do it. What do you? I'm ready.
Days. The Alcaster spellbook. If you read the description in the Encyclopedia Magica, it says that the final page of the spellbook has a rune on it that can be used to cross planes. But the planes that it talks about in the Encyclopedia Magica are ones that I assume just don't exist. So is that in the book? Is it not in the book? If it is, how does it work, basically?
That's a great question. Why don't we go to our break, and I'll have an answer for you when we come back, and then we can move on with the next step of the quest to find Anton.
Okay.
We'll be back.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Tombs of Scoria. Back in the capital. Shine goes off to hang out. Well, yeah, you beacon her thing. She's gonna go hang out with the wizards over there.
Yeah.
Or the queen over there. You're taking a look at this Alcaster spellbook. The final page has a rune and some words written in the language of magic around it. Now, there's been a lot of downtime in this game where we haven't really talked about what's going on, and by now you've certainly read all the way through this book, and you certainly are familiar with what this rune does. At least, sort of familiar.
Yeah. I mean, I could have had Identify cast on it and stuff, right?
This rune will teleport whoever is touching it when the words around it are spoken. Even if you're touching it and Tyrael speaks the words, or you're touching it and you speak the words, doesn't matter, to another plane of existence. However, the plane that it takes you to isn't one of your choosing. It's a different plane. You're not really sure which one it will take you to. The magic in it doesn't specify, like, take me to the plane of Earth. It sort of is an open-ended, get out of here, go somewhere else.
But But if I say
there
the
are.
words, I can come back?
If you take the book with you, because it'll teleport you and whatever you're carrying, but only one person. So if you're like holding the book in your hands, then you can take the book with you. But if you leave the book on the table and just touch it, the book stays behind.
Yeah.
With the book, you can come back to this plane. But again, it's not guaranteed. The chance of coming to the prime materia plane is rather high. From your divinations, well, give me an int check and I'll give you more or less information.
Yes, sir. Can't still use my 20 from before, can I?
You already used it, dude. Oh, quite good. Yes. The plane that it takes you to is most likely the prime materia plane, and then the further planes are successively smaller chances. So you're always most likely to come to either the prime materia plane, the plane of shadow, one of the elemental planes. Those are the ones that are most likely to be brought to.
What's my understanding of the plane of fire? If I get there, am I just instantly dead if I don't have protection from fire cast on me?
Probably.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you would need some sort of protection to not be burned, and then you'll need some sort of protection to be able to breathe, because there's not really any air there. So, it's probably
Okay, it's not a great option then. Right,
Yeah.
So looking at contact other plane, just to
might be a
confirm...
good option to get back, though.
Yeah, that's true. Just to confirm what I saw in Dicing with Death, and my interpretation of reading the spell, the remove curse, if cast, will immediately end the insanity.
From contact other plane.
Yeah. This is what happened in Dicing with Death, but it's not clear to me from reading the spell. That that's
Yeah,
what it
and the
means.
rulings of one campaign usually don't always follow into another.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah. Is that a... Do you have a page number for it?
Fifth level spell. No, I'm looking at it on Bob 1.
5th level wizard spell. Here we go. Contact other plane. Da, 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 da.
It's like the third paragraph you want.
If insanity occurs, it strikes as soon as the first question is asked. This condition lasts for 1 week for each removal of the plane contacted. To a maximum of 10 weeks, there's a 1% chance per plane that the wizard dies before recovering, unless a remove spell cast is cast upon him. The surviving wizard can recall the answer to the question. Yeah, so the safest bet is to have someone with remove curse standing by at the ready to cast it on you as soon as you do this stuff. Someone that you trust closely and has the spell available.
And that will end the insanity. It doesn't just remove the chance of dying. Because that's the bit I'm not clear on. Because if the answer is that it only removes the chance of dying, I literally can't risk casting this and going insane for 10 weeks.
Yes, that is your understanding.
Sorry, that it ends it immediately, yeah? Okay, good.
Yes.
Alright, well then, knowing that, I think this is my answer, so I think this is the best shot we have. Obviously, what Tyro's going to do with speaking to the elves also might work, but I think I have to learn the spell, so I'm going to commit to learning it now. I have one 5th level spell slot left, so it's like it's
Roll
fate.
me 5d2. Let's see how long it takes.
Yep. Obviously.
Long time. And what is your percent chance to learn?
65%. 60%.
Let's go.
I'll go... Well, I'm going to fail. It's so annoying. Can I get Oxombat to help me?
No. You have your chance. There's no other.
Steven, I'm going to need your input, mate. What kind of range should I roll for here? Do you think? What am I going to get? You're good at calling rolls.
Okay, what do you need? You're rolling from a D100?
It's 60%, yeah. So in the past, I've kind of done like 20 to 80. Or 0 to 60.
You don't want to do some weird shit like that. I'm feeling it's going to be a roll at one of the extremes coming out here. I'm feeling like I want to say you should roll high, but I'm feeling the low roll right now.
Okay, we're gonna roll low. We're
Okay.
gonna get 0 to 60 nil, yeah.
1 to 60. Go for it.
1 to 60, let's go. God damn it! For fuck's sake.
9 days of study. And Imric comes out of the room, throwing the book down, saying that's so fucking annoying, this goddamn magic.
All right,
Wait,
well,
so can
yeah,
you just never learn the spell now?
Have fun for 9 days without me. I'm gonna mute.
Well, Tyrael,
Yeah.
you're gonna travel to the elves.
I am indeed going to the elves,
Okay.
trusting that my brother Imric is studying arduously. It's going to be difficult,
And
but
when
he'll
you
get it.
say
Yeah.
when you say go to the elves, what does that mean? Are you going to talk to the ambassador?
Go to the ambassador, ask him about this Feywild stuff, and then all that, yeah.
Great, yeah. You can meet up with the ambassador again in his little garden place. As always, he's pleasantly surprised to see you. There might be like a fake plastic surprise or fake plastic pleasantries, but he's always polite. Anyway.
Yeah. I'll let him know. Hey, seems like I need to, if I can, I need to speak with one of your elven seers.
I am the ambassador between our peoples. Would you like to tell me what this is about?
We had a bit of a portal mishap, I'll say. We're trying to find somebody that I think is on another plane right now.
Well, you would like to speak to one of them directly. You would like to go to Feywild then.
No, I really wouldn't like to, but if that's the only way.
It's not.
Is one able to come here onto our plane, or?
Our seer lives in Sylvis, to the north. Here in Arcadia, in Feywild, you would call it a city.
Okay.
But we don't generally allow humans into our realm. It might be easier to bring them here to Rickthron Rarenta.
If we could, yeah.
Yes, I can speak to them. It may take a couple weeks for them to arrive.
Is there any chance we could expedite that? I understand that you
How about
elves
9
work
days?
9 days. You know, I have a feeling inside my body that 9 days is a conveniently apt amount of time to take. Sure.
Well then, I must ask you to go, for I need to close up shop and make preparations for my departure. Revisit me here in 9 days, and I shall bring a seer with me.
Indeed, and I will take my leave. Are we on the next day? Did Shine come back from her talk and everything, or is this the day she goes to talk?
This is the day she goes to talk.
Okay, gotcha. I'll give Shine
Yeah.
a handshake, and I'll send her off. Hopefully everything goes okay. She's to be back
Yep.
by no later
She does
than...
come back
Oh,
the
cool.
next day. Yep.
How
Comes
was it?
right on back.
What happened?
We talked. We talked about time and the past and history and society and structures. She didn't pry into any of your affairs even once. They cast no spells. She did ask what the conditions would be to go for a quick ride in the skies. I told her that was off the table. And that was that.
All right. Well, sounds pleasant enough. Do you?
Want to give me a charisma check?
Yeah. You know what? I do. If you're gonna ask me for one, sure. Why?
Thanks. Doesn't matter.
Hold on. I'm looking for my 20. I found it.
Nice.
Okay.
Great.
Close enough. Fuck. Is that it? She's chill.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. All right. I suppose she's off to her other dimensions now to go find the people that can hopefully help find Anton.
Yep. She'll be gone for a week or two, maybe
Okay.
3, and then she'll be back. She's got her scrolls. She's got her spells. Shines out.
You know, in the 9 days, I can still do stuff, so I keep spamming sending and the crystal ball every day. I don't know if you are actually rolling a chance or if...
there are no more successes coming through.
I mean, from my understanding, that kind of means that he's dead. Right? Like, I understand that it should have a pretty decent chance of working across planes now.
Does it matter how far away they are? How many planes away?
It does matter how far away it is, yeah, but...
Also, if they're like on a way different plane, couldn't the chance be quite low?
He's not even rolling Destiny. That's the thing. Okay,
if their person was incapacitated, would you be able to send them a message?
Maybe not. Yeah. Maybe that's
They might not be able to respond.
Yeah, so it could be something else, Koibu.
Right, well. 9 days pass.
If we have 9 days, can I go to, I can go to Arxomber, or instead of bugging her so much, there must be a scholar that specializes on other planes. Can I go ahead and get a write-up of, like, what are the planes?
Not in Drekis. You know, this sort of outer extraplanar activity behavior is reserved only for the people who have business doing that, which is not any sort of society. At least not here in Arcadia.
Gotcha.
You are dealing with powers beyond what anyone here is capable of.
Oh, okay. If I wanted to ask, how many planes are there? Are there 9 or 11? Am I making this up?
There are unknown numbers of planes.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Okay. I return home. Shine is off doing her thing. I'm waiting for this elven fucker to come here. Amrik is locked in his room studying. Pacing back and forth, feeling quite useless. There
9 days.
Must be something I can do. I steal things and I stab people. It's got to be something I can do. Something I can steal or some person I can stab. Oh fuck! I should have looked at this. Oh, wait, I didn't. Okay, hold on. Let me. I sit at a table and I dig through my bag.
You consult your rogues. Yes, that network of information and thieves who know all sorts of things and have little bits of information they pick up here and there, and stories and legends. God, those rogues are useful.
Yeah, I mean, I could ask them. I don't know why Vega wouldn't have volunteered that information, but maybe it slipped his mind, or he didn't know all the things that the others knew. Maybe the two rogues from Solemn. What?
I'm assuming you're reading chat somewhere. And
oh no, I was looking through my. No, sorry. Oh, I'm looking through my bag of holding. I'm just seeing if I have like any random potion or any random thing.
I was. Yeah.
Nice one.
Must mean shots no hope.
Yeah, not for this, unfortunately.
And yet we continue to consult them.
I wouldn't call it so much as consulting as like standing next to a crowd of people shouting. Being unable to ignore them.
I will ask my rogues with their ears to the street, as they are among the common folk. Nobody's noticed that Anton is gone, right?
Well, the brothers aren't always together.
Mm-hmm.
You've been back in town for 3 or 4 days at this point. You know, your servants and people that live in the city that work for you have asked where Anton is, and you've said he was, indisposed, and they left it at that. It's not really their business to know these things. So far, him not being around for 4 days, not suspicious.
Okay.
That's good.
Right?
That is true. Do the robes of might stack with the belt of the girdle of strength?
For strength, no. Only one source of strength buff at a time.
Gotcha. Plate mail, blue dragon stuff. Phylactery of long years. Why haven't we given this to anybody? What did that do again? Increase your lifespan by how much? Was it 25%?
It slows your rate of aging.
I think.
Was it by 50%?
Yeah.
I'll hold on to that. If the queen doesn't help us get our brother back, then fuck her. We've got so many staves, so many wands, all the magical items in the world. Nothing to help us. Other bags of holding we could explode. Potions and potions. Decanter of endless water. We've got ion stones. About these ion stones.
Yes.
How many of these are supposed to,
2 of them will protect the spell.
2 of them will protect from dispel?
Yeah, one of them... We should have the colours written down. One of them, I think, protects from up to 4th level spells. One of them protects from up to 7th level spells, I think.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, so one is a +1 charisma. The other sustains with no food and water. 11 absorbs spells up to level 4. Does that work with Dispel Magic?
Dispel's a 3rd level spell, so yeah.
Okay, and then Iron Stone 11 absorbs up to 8th level.
Yeah.
When
but
this
don't forget, like, it's a limited number of spells, so if we get spammed by, like, low-level spells, in theory it could burn out, but hopefully that's not going to happen.
Gotcha. And then we've got 3 defunct Iron Stones that will still float around you, number 15, 16, and 20.
Yeah. And we'll use them as, like, during the fight so that they can't, like, target them down easily, you know? Maybe it'll distract them or some shit.
Beacon spell is of no use unless we could go back into the past and cast it, which we can't do. What does erase do as a spell?
Can you just, like...
writing?
Yeah, erase is writing, yeah.
Damn. Sorry, hold on. Give me 2 more seconds. There's no way I'm just sitting for 9 days doing nothing.
Yeah.
Pacing angrily in his house.
I mean, I have time to do stuff as well. I just have to spend 8 hours studying.
I imagine...
I can have another 8 hours to do something.
Theoretically, I have unlimited tap into the criminal network, but the criminals shouldn't know anything, because if criminals knew how to move things through, like, extra planes, then there'd be no need for smuggling. That would be solved, basically. Wait, can you... Hold on. Let's see. World map. Matavan people were all worthless. They couldn't tell us anything. Are you able to teleport us?
Yeah.
Do we have, do we still use... Oh, fuck. Anton has that floating fucking shield, right? Rohana shield?
Yeah.
Do you think that the Akuban monks would know anything? They seem to have a lot of, like, esoteric knowledge.
Yeah. About what, though? Like, what? About, like, other planes?
Or getting to other planes, or seeing into other planes, or communicating into other planes.
There was something I meant to ask Shine, but she's gone now, right?
Yep. What were we going to ask her?
She was friends with a dragon called Hydroxys. Remember the mist dragon that was there when we almost had a fight with Shine?
Yeah?
Claire has told us that that mist dragon had an item called the Staff of the Magi, which can be used to play and travel.
Ooh, okay.
But, you know, Claire has also told us that the green dragon had robes of the Archmagi, so maybe Claire's is full of shit. But maybe we could ask Shine to ask Hydroxys if we could borrow the stuff, and then kill the dragon and steal the stuff.
Perhaps. Shine will be back in a week or 2 or 3, but yeah.
Yeah.
The only other thing I could think of is... This is getting into high risk. Is teleporting to that sorceress that has the dragon weapons.
That is high risk. There's gonna be, like, forbiddance or something on that, right?
Maybe.
Or maybe not, actually.
She might be the kind of person that doesn't need it because nobody knows about her or knows where she is or anything, right?
I don't... In the past, Neal, can I clairvoyance an area that I time pulled? That I saw in a time pull?
I suppose, but the time pool duration doesn't really give you enough time to really get a good image of the place. You might have, like, seen it once.
But I could project self to it, maybe.
Maybe. There will be some dice involved because it's not like a place that you know. It's not a thing that you're familiar with very well.
I could try that, though, during this downtime, I guess.
So what did you want
to... If we were to get in contact with this sorceress, what would we ask them? Material.
I guess something to travel or go to another plane or communicate another plane. I guess we just ask them. We just tell them our predicament and see what they have to help.
I can try. There's no risk. It probably won't work, but I can try.
Oh, you're just gonna try to send a message?
I can, like, project myself there.
Okay. How do we need a story for how we found this person, though.
That's true, yeah, we can't really betray Shine.
Would it be a betrayal?
It would be a little bit, wouldn't it?
Huh, okay.
Maybe we can't... Shine doesn't know we know about her, right?
Correct.
I mean, if she's legendary enough, we could have read about her, maybe?
But how would that give us enough knowledge to clairvoyance?
Yeah.
And she might be going to talk to this person regardless. That might be one of her first
Yeah,
stops.
maybe we should trust Shine to talk to her if it's a legit option,
Perhaps.
rather than betray that confidence. She did say she might talk to them, right?
She mentioned that as one of the names of the people that she could go off to talk to, but...
Yeah.
I think...
The other thing we can do
Mm-hmm.
is that spellbook that we were just talking about, me and Neal, where you go to a random plane. That's dangerous for us, but Shine can probably live on any of the planes where she would go to. So we could almost have her carry one of us in a bag of holding, and then she could use the book to transport to the other planes. And if it's like a safe one, we could get out and look for Anton that way.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. I mean, if we could find him, that's like the hard part, though, right? Getting to the other planes, I imagine we can figure that out. Right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Alright,
I guess I'm just walking around for...
Every day, though, Neal, I do spam the sending. I mean, I think whilst I'm in downtime, Imric's going to be learning that spell 4 times a day and casting it every day, first thing in the morning. And then looking through the crystal ball for his gear for him. I start trying to scry on, like, the ethereal plane, like a place in the ethereal plane that I've been to. You know, like,
That will work, yes. You can scry on the ethereal plane in a place that you've been to, I believe. That's within the powers of the crystal ball spell.
Okay.
Or, crystal ball. Right?
That's not clear, I don't think. I think it says it works across planes, I think, but it's a lower chance.
Yeah, no, I think there's like a penalty involved. Crystal ball, yeah. There's just a slight penalty to getting to the ethereal plane, but you can do it. If you're not particular about where it is, then yeah, you can make it work.
So why can't I guess I'll speak to Sombar one night. And I'll be frustrated. Failing. I can tell I'm going to fail to learn this spell. Like, it's just... Imric's failed to learn plenty of spells in his time. So he can see the writing. The writing's on the wall after the 5th day. Obviously, he's going to keep going, but it's not going well. And I'll say, I've been using my crystal ball day after day to look for Anton, but I don't get any results. But I've tried it across other planes, into the ethereal plane, into the other planes that I've caught glimpses of, and it works fine. Like, why wouldn't this be working? Do you have any ideas? Even if he were dead, I should maybe be able to scry on his armor or his corpse.
He could... His armor and his corpse could be disintegrated into 1,000 pieces. He could be beyond the range of your magic. He could be in a protected area. He's probably shredded into many pieces scattered about the cosmos. And all of his belongings with him.
That one amulet shouldn't be destroyed, though, right? The Velthara amulet?
That's a good point. But that would probably be protected by Velthara. Alright, well, we don't have to... I think that conversation doesn't go anywhere, but I spend the odd night with Sombar. Talking about it.
Alright. 9 days later, the Elven Seer arrives. Or you are alerted to the arrival of the Elven Seer by a messenger arriving at your door.
Finally, they're here. I'm frustrated. This is the day I failed the spell array. So Imric comes down, the servant calls up.
Yeah, failed it yesterday.
What, Imric? There's a message. I come downstairs, my hair's like all over the place. I've not shaved. My shirt's all wrinkled, like my robes are sort of hanging off me. But who is it? What's the message?
The Elven Ambassador says the Seer is here.
Finally, maybe we'll get some luck with that. Can you fetch my brother? I need to clean myself up.
They hurry off to go fetch your brother.
Okay, I I have a shave and comb my hair or some stuff.
I am fetched.
You make yourself presentable. You're fetched. The party proceeds to go talk with the Elven Seer.
We do. We go. Stay in the Ambassador's tree.
Yep, hanging out in the Ambassador's tree. The Elven Seer is a youngish-looking elf. He, looks like he's probably in his 30s, but elves are 20s maybe. But elves are all sort of youngish looking to you. He's got long, like sort of silver gray hair that's tied back in multiple little rings all the way down his back. He's got these like really long fingernails and sort of like a milky gaze over his face. Unlike other elves you've seen, he's got these like freckles that cross his cheeks. His clothing is sort of loose, and when he gets up out of his chair, he has to like hoist his robes a little bit so he doesn't trip over them, and when he sits back down, he has to like hoist them again. He will reach out a hand in like a, you may hold my hand or kiss my hand, but I'm not going to shake it. His fingernails are also too long to accommodate proper finger shaking or hand shaking.
I mean, I think in that case we'll just give him a nod. I'm gonna kiss his hand.
I'll just give him a nod.
He sits down on one side of the table with the Elven Ambassador, the two of you on the other side. The room is cleared. Servants are sent away. You hear the sound of like a
I whisper
small doors shutting here and there.
Tyrael, how much do they know?
We're merely searching for someone on another plane.
Okay. I'll follow your lead.
Well. Yes?
Thank you for taking the time to come and visit us here. It's much appreciated. We understand that an elf of your position and stature, must have a great many things to be getting on with.
Yes. I am very busy.
So, I'm to believe that you can see into or locate people on other planes, potentially?
There's a great potential in all of us.
Okay, never mind. I'm not looking for potentially. I'm curious if you're currently capable of searching for or locating those other planes. Is that something within your power?
Yes.
What do we need to do for you to find such a person?
You need to tell me where they are and who they are. Give me an item of theirs. Any relevant information. Everything you could possibly know about them. No detail would be too small. Their family, children, siblings, what they were wearing, their age, which deities they pray to, what they love, what they hate, what they fear, how they came to be lost, when the last time you saw them, the date of their birth and the year.
Okay. We can provide all of this information to him.
What would be the best item I say to Tyrael that we could find?
Best
Perhaps
item, something from his
the
room,
ring.
or
Maybe the ring he gave his wife?
that's not really his item, or
Well, he would have bought it for her, had it made.
does it matter what kind of item? Is it just
ring.
any item, or can we grab like a comb from his room, or
Something intimate.
Yeah, what about if I check Anton's room? I've been in there before. Does he keep his old holy symbol before he got the Valthar amulet?
Most certainly. It's stored somewhere. It might be in the cathedral of your castle at this point. It might be tucked away in a drawer. You're not actually sure where that would be.
Okay, I start thinking about things like maybe that's an option, but we'll hear this guy out. We can provide most of this information right here, right now, if you're ready to listen.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long, sad tale that we have to tell you of how, and I look to the Elven Ambassador, how our brother went missing.
Mm-hmm.
It started with we were fighting a green dragon, and we believe that he opened his bag of holding in a desperate attempt to avoid drowning and was sucked through a vortex.
Ah, I see her.
What's the prognosis?
Grim.
Is there a chance? He is powerful. More powerful, more holy than many who walk this land.
That phrasing, "is there a chance," is dangerous. There's always a chance, but you may spend a lifetime searching for it.
Well, If anyone can find him, then it's you, no?
This sort of activity, you don't know where he is. You have no idea.
No.
Bags of
exhausted
holding
our own magics.
magical items. He may not even be trapped on a proper plane. He may be trapped on a pocket dimension of a demi-plane. He may be well beyond our reach. Bring me the things. I will see if he is in one of the convenient places. But if he's not, he's probably lost.
I shall travel back
Only-
to our home and find something now. My brother will answer your questions as to his personality, his tastes, his loves
Wait, are we not? Where did we meet this guy at?
in the ambassador's house.
Oh, we went to the ambassador. Oh, he's at our house. Okay.
So I'll fly back Neal through the town using my spell storing ring, and I'll go search Anton's room. I'm thinking his old Velthara holy symbol is a good one in game that I know about, but he's bound to have other sentimental things in his room.
We could do that. The ring of his wife, if nothing else, works as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, his wife is
Maybe.
back in your castle. She's far away. It would take
Oh.
a
Okay,
while
maybe-
to get there and
wait.
back.
Has he given birth to a child yet? That's something of his.
Does it work
I
that
don't
way?
think so.
No, okay.
Okay.
What about his rat friend? Timmy's, was it? Remember?
That dude's
Gone,
Gone.
lost.
Fallen out of favor and left to die.
Yeah.
Well, I search his room for stuff while Tyrael speaks to the seer.
They ask you many, many probing questions about the nature of your relationship with Anton, about who he is, what he desires, how your family functions, conflict. The questions sometimes veer into the weird, things that you might not understand why they're asking. Like, he's asking about family conflict and how it gets resolved, and who is sort of the authority of your family and household. It doesn't really seem to have a clear bearing to the magic at hand. How do you respond to those sorts of probing questions?
I've seen enough weird magical dudes or whatever that I figure every question he's asking has a purpose. So I'll ask to clarify as much as I need to, and then I'll elucidate as much as I can. I'll speak honestly and plainly.
Okay. Once the items are brought and the questions have been asked, the seer will cast some spells. Emmerich, do you have a spellcraft proficiency?
Absolutely. Let's see it, Neal. How many do you want?
I would like you to roll me 3 spellcraft proficiency checks.
Pass 2. Pass the second and third.
Excellent. Okay. Well, you don't get the first spell. Where'd it go? The second spell is Ascending spell, which you've already tried yourself and doesn't seem to be working for you. It doesn't seem to be working for them either. The third spell... Is it...
Locate, brother.
specially made locate Anton spell that he created just for this purpose here.
This guy works
where
fast.
did it go?
Time runs differently for owls, do you know? They can research a whole spell in 5 minutes.
Just go to the Feywild, create a spell, come on back.
What? That's such a good idea. We should have thought about that.
Can't do it now.
Yeah,
Now
you
it's
come back
metagaming.
and It's been like 2 years.
The last spell isn't one that's on the spell list. It is a sort of like I don't know what you would call it, a shadow gaze spell. It allows you to sort of trace the bits of people and sort of find where they have led. It, comes back negative as well. After casting these 3 spells, he produces a crystal ball and gazes through it for a little while. Doesn't work either. And lastly, he sits at the table, clears his breath, says something in Elven to the ambassador. I don't think any of you speak Elven.
Wait, I think I might have learnt it. Maybe I'm getting confused with Malachi there.
I think you're getting confused with Malachi.
Yeah,
he spent some time learning Elven.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me roll some dice. Oh, give me another check.
Spellcraft.
Yeah. Where'd it go?
Nope.
Ooh, that makes sense.
Nick, what's going on over here, man?
Sounds like we just paid a lot of money for somebody to cast a bunch of spells that I already tried to cast. No, we didn't really pay him to do.
Not
So,
yet.
Fair enough.
He isn't. We haven't gotten the bill yet.
Yeah.
Okay. At the end of the spell, which takes maybe 15 minutes all told, involves a whole bunch of muttering and then some loud speaking, some sort of like projecting the voice as if speaking with authority. The Elven Seer sort of relaxes into a slump, takes a few breaths to recollect himself, and looks through his milky eyes at the two of you, shaking his head. Your brother is beyond. He's alive. He's beyond reach.
Where?
You said he is alive or he's beyond alive?
He... Maybe alive is not the right word. He is not dead, but he is beyond reach.
How do you know?
You ask
you
a
speaking
seer how
with?
he knows these things. You would not understand.
You tell us he's alive, but then won't tell us where.
Well,
You've
he's
given us
telling
our
us.
only glimmer of hope.
Where do we go to find more information?
You would need to speak with someone who plane travels, who plane walks. There are very few of them alive today. Something incredibly ancient, who has knowledge of the world in ways that only us mortals could dream of.
You're saying there's a
You would
chance.
need a wish spell.
If we had a wish spell, would that be enough? Or are you saying we will need a wish spell as well as to find this ancient person?
You keep asking me for definite, solid answers in this act of impossibility. If you had a wish spell, and you phrased your wish just right, and I don't know what that phrasing might be, it might itself solve your problems, or it might simply lead you one more step down the path. I do not... What the problem before you is a problem everyone that walks this earth would consider unsolvable. And yet you demand that tiny path of hope be followed. It may lead you a long, long time, and you may not like the results you get. Your short lifespans might not wish to be wasted on these things.
Thank you for your wisdom, Seer. And truly, we really appreciate your efforts here and the information you've given us. I understand if you can't answer this question, but any more information you could give us as to
Well, I think he's given
how
us
you
enough
know
to
this
go on.
plane.
Yeah,
Well,
I think
you said the plane is unreachable, so you're saying he's not in the He's not in the elemental
He's
planes.
saying that it sounds like he's in a plane far from here. We need somebody that can traverse the planes to get more detailed information. So the next question is, where do we find such a person that can traverse these planes?
We know of a place, Tyrell.
We know of a place? What do you mean?
Glacier.
Oh, going back to the
rocks.
mirrors or the rocks?
Yeah.
That was one such a
Maybe.
place, but the journey there, I wonder how long we could make it if we knew where we were going.
Well, we'd be on our own this time. We could fly.
Maybe.
have-
Shine will come back with information too. She'll be talking to people as well. Maybe she'll have met such a plane walker, but Scoria can't traverse planes, can she?
If anyone can, she probably could. My spellbook that we found in Babylon's tomb atop the mountain, it has a rune on there for plane shifting. It's random though. Could take multiple tries to get to the right place.
There could be thousands of planes from what I've heard. I don't know if we want to try to
There could be.
randomly roll for planes.
Yeah.
You too are the McGarry brothers, says the seer.
Indeed.
You too are the ones your kingdom has pinned their hopes of slaying Scoria upon.
Indeed.
We were once three.
Are you not derelict in duty if you spend weeks or months scouring the outer planes for your brother?
I mean, what is a kingdom at the end of the day? The extension of all of our families. I don't think we're willing to walk away from our brother if there's a chance we could find him. Ultimately, he will help killing Scoria. He may be necessary for it, so...
If you're willing to risk everything for him, if you're
There may
willing
be-
to lose the war, if you're willing to watch your kingdom burn or come back to its ashes, there may be one who can give you more information.
Who would that one be?
You spoke of an old woman named Atropos to the ambassador here.
Indeed.
She has lived longer than any. She has been here since the early days. She must still exist on Bravo. In the ruins of Necrot, atop the White Butte Mountains, or somewhere within them. It's a dangerous place, far from here. Most would find it impossible to get to. The mountain climbs impossible to scale. Monsters, beasts of unfathomable power on their precipices. The two of you might be able to find her.
Where is this
Might
mountain now?
have the White Butte Mountain in Bravo,
In Bravo. Can't say if I've
across
ever-
the sea to the east. The
Okay.
lost Arcadian Isle.
This here. What was the name of the seer?
Oh, the elf here?
Adipose?
No, Adipose is it?
No. Atropos is the
Yeah, that's what I
person
mean.
over there. Yeah.
Atropos, okay.
Yeah.
Atropos. This woman, this creature, timeless as she is, breathes in vapors in the cracks in the ground, sees the future. She's old. She's mad. If you can find her, she may be able to point you in that direction. But I ask you, I beg you, not to go. The last chance for Arcadia to survive Scoria and what may come after her lies in the two of you.
And what if Scoria defeats us, taking everything we hold? Then we're truly doomed, all of us.
No more doomed than if you leave and do not fight.
We don't know what
It's
timetable
not
we're on for
just your
Scoria.
people. It's our people too.
You
And
think
it's
we
not
can
just
defeat
Scoria.
Scoria as two?
There's a chance.
There's a chance.
There is indeed a chance, but mortal creatures can spend too much time chasing chances. Perhaps we better take the better option of the two and retrieve our brother by any means necessary. The chance of us defeating
Even if that
Scoria.
means losing everything?
What if we try to attack her with just the two of us and we lose everything, no? If we could barely defeat Zarathus with the two of us, or with the three of us, who's to say that just two of us could defeat Scoria?
The seer looks to the ambassador, who nods and hangs his head, gives out a deep sigh. They exchange a few words in Elven. The seer nods as well. This is your path, then?
Perhaps. We'll need to think on it.
I don't think we will. I think this is the only path in front of us. Unless you have...
Perhaps your friends back in your forests, or you see her here. Maybe you could teleport us to Bravos. Save us the journey, at least. I've never been myself. It would be too risky.
Well, we need to wait for Shine to return before we head there, right?
Yeah.
Have we heard legends of the Kraken? They brought that up.
Everyone's heard of legends of a Kraken, giant sea monster destroying ships. Totally.
No, we want to risk sailing there if there's some huge sea creature that will kill us, so...
Yeah, fuck that. We need to come up with some way to make Scoria think we're still here.
Uninvited, the seer will speak up again. The world has been given 3 chances to overcome Scoria. The first failed for love. The second to chaos. The two of you are our third and final chance. It seems that the love of family will doom us all.
The love of family is probably the only reason we've gotten as far as we have. It'd be foolish to turn our back on it now.
There were a pair of Mystrians who could have stopped all this, who could have prevented Lord Gilder's rise to power, prevented this war, or turned its course had it come to pass. There was another. They fell apart. No ability to manage time and each other. I will ask you one more time. Stay. Here. Use what you have. There's been no one more ready to fight this dragon. Do not wander, stray the path. Do not disappear into the wilds.
While we appreciate your consultation, we do not need it nor ask for it. I think we're going to wait for our dragon to return. We'll consult her and see how she feels. Where can we find you when we want to begin this journey to Bravos?
Bravo. And I cannot help you get there. You will have to find your own way.
I understand.
I'm a diviner, not a mover. Not a conjurer.
I know geography, Neal. How far is Bravo?
He knows geography.
Oh,
I know all about geography.
many hundreds of miles to the east.
Yeah, but like closer than Solon by a mile.
Oh yeah, quite a bit closer than Solemn. You've got like the Arcadian Isles, and then like a big sort of gap, and then the Dardanelles, and then like a big gap, and then Solemn.
I mean, we could get there in a day then on Shine's back, right?
Might be a couple days on Shine's back. She could fly you there.
We can fly there.
She can fly for days without sleeping.
We get to Necrot, we fly to the top of the mountain. We'll be back in a week. We sound, we'll be chilling.
Well, we're waiting. Yeah, we're waiting for Shine, right?
No, I'm saying once we leave though, it's not like when we went for Glacier for 3 months. I don't think.
Yeah, no, it shouldn't be that long. It should be there and back within a week, I would hope, or something, right? Yeah. So it's not, yeah, it's not like we're gonna be gone for like 3 months and like Scoria is gonna destroy the lands and everything. Like it's possible
We
could
can
leave.
maybe put in place some sort of contingency to make them think that we're still here. Like I have that spell Seeming that could make people look like us. So maybe,
Yeah, I mean, once we figure out how long we're
we're
gonna be gone for, I think that's like the least of our thoughts.
Yeah. Okay, I can maybe use permanent illusion to make fake versions of us. That wander around our house.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well, we got a plan.
Mm-hmm.
We wait for Shine.
You wait for Shine.
Wait, should we probably talk to the Queen, right?
Well, yeah, the ambassador and his seer will escort you out. The ambassador will close down the embassy for the day, and you can go talk to the Queen.
Yeah, we should probably tell her mum as well at some point.
Oh no, is this something we tell the Queen?
I don't know, do you think not?
I don't think they would approve.
I agree, but I feel like if we're trying to play the illusion that we're still here, then the Queen being involved is going to maybe make that easier.
I don't know if we need an illusion. I think maybe overthinking it. If we're going for a week, we've gone like a week without talking to the Queen. It's not like she needs to see us like every single day or something, right? We'll talk. We'll talk to them once Shine comes. We just waited 9 days without talking to her, right? She had no idea, right? We could talk to Shine when she comes back and get her opinion on everything. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Is there anything else?
No, I guess we just wait for Shine then.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we kind of know. I could send Shine and tell her to come back early since we know that she's not going to find him, right?
Most likely she's not, but she could come back with more information.
I will send Shine and just say that spoken to Elven Seer says Anton isn't in any of the obvious planes, but we have a plan when you return. If she doesn't come back sooner, then she doesn't come back sooner. But depending on what she knows what she's doing. So
Okay. Shine will arrive 5 days later. Back in the city. You'll be alerted to her presence when you hear shouts in the streets about a dragon flying overhead, and then rushing to the windows, you'll see Shine walking down the street to you. She'll come into the house, tell you that she got Imric's message. She did not find him. He's not on any of the prime materia planes. He's not on the plane of air. He's not on the plane of water. The people that she knows have no idea where he went, and advised Shine that it's a lost cause and that there's no point in searching for him.
this is what we had too. Although our Elven Seer friend did confirm that he lives just in some faraway, hard to reach place. They also then told us to
They
search
said
out
that they're
legendary.
yeah,
Go
there
ahead.
there is a person that we might be able to contact that can find that for sure can find Anton. The journey may be a bit treacherous though. Sure you've heard of the islet of Bravo to the east?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently at the top of the white-capped butte, what's it called?
A White Butte Mountain.
White
in the
Butte
ruins of
Mountain.
in the ruins of Necrot. Some seer that huffs the vapors coming from beneath the rocks. Ancient, as old as the island itself.
I've never heard of such a person, but then again, I'm not from these parts. Arcadia is only loosely known to me. I'm still learning much of it.
You know more than most, John. Don't sell yourself short.
To Bravo, then. In the
Yes.
morning.
How long is the flight?
We'll have to find out. Day or two?
Let's not waste any time. We don't want to give Scoria the opportunity to strike.
All right. I think we have a short break right now, and then a short segment when we come back.
Sure.
Cool.
We'll be back.
Hello, and welcome back to Tombs of Scoria. Our party gathers supplies, hops on Shine, flies across the sea. For 2 days, you fly by dragon back through the clouds, the rain, over the storms, the ocean seemingly endlessly below you, with fogs and clouds sometimes obscuring the view, making it impossible to know quite how far it is. There's but one saddle. The two of you must ride close together, Emmerich in back, clutching his brother for support. And at this point, I would like you all to check your character sheets and tell me what you have with you. Or don't tell me, but equip your gear and your stuff, and whatever's behind is being left behind.
Sounds good, Koibs.
Yeah. Just want to make sure we've got all of our stuff.
I've got all my stuff sorted. I'm good.
Great.
If I haven't got it on me, it's got a 0 next to it.
Great.
Jesus.
I'm gonna be grabbing. Sorry, hold
Grabbing
on.
something.
Do we need like winter gear and camping shit?
It's hot here.
Nah, we're gonna be good, right? We might need.
Go through all those scrolls and tell me what you think you might need. Do you need scrolls for knock? We've got hold person alt. I don't know what that means.
I have all the scrolls on my character sheet, so I'm assuming that I'm holding them all.
Oh, so read magic, dispel magic, greater beacon. You have all these scrolls?
I'll go through what I've got here, so maybe I'm missing some.
Okay.
12 scrolls, 12 castings of knock, 12 castings of hold person.
Okay, hold on. 12 castings of knock. I deleted that. 12 castings of hold person.
Yeah. We had 3 full scrolls of dispel magic, but I already cast 3 of them, so now we've got 2 full and 1 that's half full.
Okay.
6 castings of remove curse, 5 castings of beacon, 4 castings of invis, potion of clairaudience, 6 castings of erase.
Sorry, go back. Hold on, Jesus. Okay, you. How many castings of beacon? Greater beacon?
5.
Okay, wipe one of those because we used one, or maybe they got deleted. Actually, never mind. Keep it. That's fine. What else do you
have? 4 of invis.
Okay, don't have those, so go for it.
6 of erase.
Okay. What else?
I think that's it, maybe.
Okay. We've got scrolls of gaze, reflection, protect from undead, web, mount, protection from vermin, evil, gaze, reflection. None of these. You don't think you need?
No, I have most of that I can cast myself.
Okay. Can I read protection from scrolls with no penalty?
Yes.
I think so.
Is that because I'm a rogue, or that's just because anybody can?
Rogue.
Anyone can. No.
Oh, no,
protection from
you're
fire
right.
or whatever. Yeah.
Protection scrolls are readable by anyone. Yeah.
Why? What do we have?
We've got protection from paralyzation, protection from undead, protection from vermin, protection from evil.
Okay. Yeah, you bring them. That's good.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Okay. Can rogues use wands?
Nope.
No.
Really?
You would have thought a wand would be easier to use than a scroll in a way. But it is what it is. Okay, no, Neal, I think we're good. We've got...
What does the gaze reflection shit do, that scroll?
That's like, if you're fighting like a basilisk or something that can like turn you to stone by looking at you.
Oh, okay,
you cast it on yourself and then it like reflects it back at him.
Okay. If it doesn't, does that count as like a protection from scroll or no?
No, that's a spell.
It has to say protection from.
Actually, I should have that. I'm gonna write that one down. That's worth having.
The gaze. There's 6 castings on 1 scroll of gaze reflection. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Boom. Boom. I'm gonna put the ion stones in my bag just so we have them on us.
Okay. Yeah.
There's that. Do we need decanter of endless water? We should be good on stuff like that, right? We don't need to worry about that.
Without your brother and his cloak of plenty.
Yeah, we might need that.
You're gonna need food and water.
So decanter of endless water is just like a 1 pound thing, or like negligible weight, or?
It's 3 pounds.
Oh. Okay.
You can carry that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then, what about food? We need rations then.
Yep. If it's a 2-day-ish flight, a week of rations will probably suit you well.
I can put rations in my, like, fanny pack of holding or not?
Your fanny pack of holding?
I thought that's what I had. No?
Is that what it is?
That's right.
The phrasing is, startling me for some reason.
I think Mouton had it, and then he gave it to me when I got rid of my robes. But currently it's just got
if it's
my...
a bag of holding, it'll hold your stuff as long as it's bigger than a coin purse.
Oh, I've got a bag of holding as well. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. You throw a bunch of food in a bag of holding.
Okay, yeah, rations then. A week's rations then?
Mm-hmm.
Did we...
2 weeks. One for you, one for your brother.
Yeah. Well, you've got your own bag of holding, right?
On this sort of sharpness, can we clarify, is this an insta-kill, essentially, on an 18 or higher? Or how did we rule this? Because
I think it's an insta-kill on a 20, no?
Severs a limb.
Yeah,
right?
I see 18 or higher severs limbs.
Let me see here.
Yeah,
That's like without a
insta-kill,
cold shot or
basically.
anything, so that seems a little bit...
This isn't Monty Python, you know.
Yeah.
It's just a flesh wound.
Yeah, so on an 18 or higher, on a normal or armored opponent, it will sever an arm, leg, neck, tail, tentacle, whatever, but not head. So I'm assuming neck but not head is a weird
That is weird.
thing.
It might be
Determined by
for like a
randomness.
Hydra.
Yeah. Sort of sharpness will respond to its wielder's desire with respects to light it sheds. It can shed no light, 5-foot circle, but you don't care about that stuff. Other higher amounts. So it will be sort of more or less a random severing of a limb, a non-fatal severing of a limb. But, you sever someone's arm, in addition to all the damage you deal, they're essentially incapacitated and unable to do anything. Maybe if you're fighting something incredibly powerful, if you're fighting some sort of demon, it could probably lose an arm and keep going. But if you're fighting any
Human thing,
ordinary mortal, yeah.
Let me look. We had, let me check. Oh, how does a ring of sustenance work? I have one of these.
Oh.
It sustains your need of food and water.
But let's talk about it. Like, can I put this on for 5 minutes during the day and I'm like fed, or would I have to wear it indefinitely? Or how does that work? Or does my food and water does not go down as I'm wearing it?
Worth bringing in case we're in a pinch, but probably you're not going to give up
Also,
one
did
of
you
your
have
magic
more
rings.
than one of those? Because I think Anton has a ring of sustenance.
Yes, we got 2, but I have one of them.
No, got one now.
These are I wear 10 rings and then I rotate the 2 that I need. I've got a ring of Featherfall, a ring of free action, 2 rings of protection +2, ring of petrification resistance, ring of protection from fire, ring of seeing,
Jesus.
ring of sustenance, ring of telekinesis, and a ring of water walking.
Holy fuck.
This magic ring provides the wearer with life-sustaining nourishment, even though he or she might go for days without food or drink. The ring also refreshes the body and mind so that its wearer needs to sleep only 2 hours per day to gain the benefits of an 8-hour sleep. The ring must be worn for a full week in order to function properly. If it's removed, the wearer immediately loses its benefit and must wear it for another week to reattune him to himself. After
That wouldn't work
functioning
for spellcasting, right?
any period of 7 consecutive days, a ring of sustenance will cease to function for a week while it replenishes itself.
Gotcha. And then I don't have any potions of extra healing yet. I've got 10 potions. I've got 20 potions of healing, but no potions of extra healing.
I've got 3 extra healing, so I can give you like 2 or 1.
Okay, I'll take 1 if you want.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Oh wait, I have some in my bag actually. Never mind. I'm good. I'm good on that.
Nice.
Okay. Should we? Fuck it. I'll bring it. Potion of clairvoyance and clairaudience.
I think I might have them on my sheet. Let me check.
Oh,
I've
how many
got,
of each?
1 clairaudience I've got,
Okay.
and that's it, because I can cast clairvoyance.
Okay. I think we got 3 of each because I see 2 of one in the bag and then 3 of the other. So I'll bring 2 clairvoyance.
I'm
and
pretty sure
clairaudience.
when I took all the stuff onto my character sheets,
You
that I
marked it.
removed it all from the party sheet. I
Yeah.
thought.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our party flies.
We are flying. Wait, just like 1 or 2 quick questions. Ring of water walking. If I fall from a high place and I'm wearing that and I fall into water, is the water like spongy when I drop, or is it like solid floor, like I'll die? Just curious.
I think it's solid floor.
Okay, that's one question.
Because if you break through the surface, you aren't walking on it, and you would just fall into the water.
Sure.
And then it's hard to get your feet on top of the surface to get out of the water. I think if you're in water, it's hard to walk out, maybe? Maybe you can just walk up and out. Let me take a look at the ring of water. Probably just says you can walk on water. Enables the wearer to walk on any liquid without sinking into it. This includes mud, quicksand, oil, running water, and even snow. 1,200 pounds can be supported. The wearer's feet do not actually contact the surface he's walking upon, but oval depressions show up. The wearer moves at a standard rate.
Okay, so and it does work on snow too. That was gonna be my second question. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I have anything else. I think I'm gonna go.
So actually, with this description, I think if you fell from a great height and you landed on water, you would put pressure down on the water and probably break through the surface of it. I think if you fell with a ring of water walking from a significant height, you would just splash into the water. But if you jumped off like a 10-foot bridge, you'd probably be able to land. Maybe a dex check to like stabilize yourself.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, I think we're ready to die.
Well, here you come, flying through the clouds. The island of Bravo beneath you. You see it here. Tall mountains, dark storms circling overhead. Huge jungles cover most of the land. What isn't covered by jungle is covered by these wide, sweeping bamboo forests. Lakes and swamps dot the mountain-studded landscape. But it is to the far southeast we draw our attention. To the White Butte Mountains, way over here. These mountains are huge. They jut thousands of feet up into the sky. Some of them are shrouded by clouds. And if you've ever seen a butte, they've got those like really tall, straight sides and then sometimes like flat tops. And they just impassable, huge walls that just shoot up into the air. If you were on the ground having to climb up here, it would be a nigh impossible task. But you are already in the cloud tops, soaring above with your golden dragon.
That's it. I mean, the place we're looking for is in the mountain?
There is the ruins of something in the mountains, yeah.
The ruins of Necrot.
Yeah.
Is that a city built into the mountain, Neal? Is that something we would know?
Do a roll for our history.
Wait. Let me check my skills. Ancient history.
Oh.
Get us a good,
Boom.
like, night.
31.
Oh my god.
That's a 31, dude.
That's a good roll.
Necrot.
Yeah.
Necrot is an ancient city of great power. One of the early wizards during the dawn of time built an empire here, discovered all sorts of grandiose magics. Some say he was a demigod in his own right. His name was Devin, and he raised the city of Necrot from nothing. His city lasted well longer than he did. And when the storms came and the mountains rose at the same time that Arcadia was broken, Necrot was destroyed. Mountains raised up underneath it, the entire city scattered and shattered, spread across the mountain ranges, spread down in the jungles below. It is no more. There is no ruin of the city, for the city has been scattered. You might see a toppled tower over here, or maybe like a building sort of left on its side made out of stone. Most of it is just gone to the ages of time. Thousands of years now.
Okay, well, I suggest we land on top of the mountain and see what's going on.
Seems as good an idea as any, yeah?
It's a large section of mountain. It's, like 20 miles by 30 miles across. It's not a single point upon which to land. How, in this field of mountains, in this tall buttes, do you decide where to go?
Let's find a peak that we can land on.
You find a cloud-shrouded peak. Shine searches slowly for it. It's hard. You don't want to fly into a mountain, but eventually her claws will grip stone, and she'll beat her wings and land you safely on an area. It's a flat top of this mountain. There are no trees here. There's just rock and stone and dirt and dust and a little bit of ice. Shine perches precariously upon the peak.
When I look around me, are there birds?
No,
Are there any forms of life around here?
no. Up at the top of this peak at 18,000 feet or something, there's nothing.
I have the locate landmark spell, but perhaps we should go a bit lower down where there might be life forms to inquisit. Unless the two of you maybe have an alternative way of finding.
I have no other way of.
Yeah.
I still have a locate creature spell scroll.
Well, perfect.
What are we
We're looking
locating?
for the person, right? The name of Atropos.
Oh, yeah, true. Actually, I guess.
Let's see it shine.
Does she know who? No, she will shake her head. I forgot that I must have at least seen the creature once from a distance of no more than 10 yards.
Okay, so that's not gonna work. Okay. Locate landmark can at least get us a direction to go in. Let's go to like a slower down area where there's maybe birds. That's probably our best chance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can hop on Shine, and she will descend the mountain, crawling down its side. One large claw after another. The two of you having to like lean all the way back in the saddle, more or less standing up awkwardly, gripping tightly with your thighs.
Oh shit.
Destiny, will you give me a strength check at advantage because you've got like a nice saddle and a pommel, but you're still squeezing and holding both you and your brother up.
Yeah, I will. I'll give you a big strength check. Well, hold on, bigger than that. There you go.
Nice.
There we go. Yes, you can support the both of you as Shine comes down out of the mountain, out of the clouds, reaching a lower area, and you can see the pine trees down below. Actually, not the pine trees, the deciduous trees down below. You also can see this strange two-headed ape-looking thing with tails that come out of it. But it takes one look at Shine and scurries into a mountain grotto, hiding from sight.
That's right, bitch. Okay, this is probably a good spot. Have we got birds around here as well?
You don't hear any birds or see any birds, but there's at least one creature and there's some trees. Shine is probably scaring everything off.
Good.
That's gonna do. Okay, I pull out my compass and cast locate landmark. Looking for the... What would I say?
What is
What's
the
the right-
landmark?
Would it be a lair, Tyrell? Or is there another word? Like, somebody who is in, like a trance or like a meditation.
Can it be where the vapors come from the earth? A valley, a clearing, I don't know, those kind of landmarks.
Where the vapors come from the rocks. That could work. Or so either where the vapors come from the rocks, or maybe the lair of Atropos.
Try a layer of
Den
Atropos.
Atropos. Yeah,
How many
okay,
castings of this do you have?
just one today.
Oh. Do we want
So
to...
we're gonna decide.
With the spell, what does it say? Locate landmark. Poses a subconscious question to these creatures. Where's the landmark in question? The answer is returned. Landmarks must be stationary. In preparation for, oh no, you've got the slightly different version of this spell. Yeah, I changed it.
Wait. If we're looking for ruins, shouldn't we go to, like, why... Do we think the ruins are in the peaks? Like, in the... Oh, yeah, in the mountain peaks. Is there, like, a
Yeah,
valley
it's kind
in the peaks? Like,
scattered.
do we expect to see the lair, like, at the top of one of these mountains? Or is it going to be, like, kind of, like, nestled between two mountains?
I mean, literally got no idea, right? Neal? I mean, I passed my ancient history roll. Do I know, like, was the city built across the mountains, or was it in a specific
There was no
spot?
mountain here. It
Oh,
was...
right, the mountains came
The
after.
mountains came and destroyed the city. They burst it up, exploded it all over the place.
And what's the looking at this map, like, what's the scale? Like, how big is this mountain area?
It's 30 miles tall, 20 miles wide-ish, and 18,000 feet, 20,000 feet tall for the highest peaks. For reference, the highest peaks in the Rocky Mountains are only 14,000.
Oh, so it's fucking huge then.
It's huge, yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna say the den of Atropos.
Excellent. And it will put it in chat for me, please.
Yep.
Excellent. Your compass will spin and spin and spin, eventually pointing you due east.
All right, let's go east then. So whereabouts are we on the, like, how can I get an idea of maybe where we are?
Ended here, landed
Okay.
here on this point.
So it's in this top row probably, somewhere east. Yeah, okay.
You can crawl upon Shine, or stay on Shine as she climbs back up the mountain for a bit, leaps off, soars up and around, and
wait,
gazes
before we go. I will cast Prying Eyes and say, circle me at a distance of around a mile and search for, you know, what might look like a lair or a secret entrance or something like that. So it should extend our capability to observe. It's D4 plus 1 per level, so I get 16.
It's pretty good. Roll
I know it's not-
me
I know it's not ideal, but I think it'll help a little
16
bit.
D100, please.
Okay, yeah. 98?
Okay, they scatter and search as you crawl across the mountains and then fly across. When the duration of the spell ends 13 hours later, that night you are woken up as prying eyes swarm you and report no findings. You've made a little perch atop, maybe not at the top of the mountains. It's too cold up here. The air is too thin and the wind blows too fast. Shine will have found you a somewhat decent spot nestled in between some of these buttes. She'll use her fire breath to raise the land, clearing out any monsters that would have been here, and nestles down to make a cozy nest. She's been flying for 2 days. She would like a rest. She doesn't need
that's
one.
good. Can we estimate how far along that, like, you know, I kind of imagine that we're circling this area. So where have we ended?
Well, you've searched back and forth a couple times and didn't see anything. Your eyes didn't see anything.
No, I
so you
know that,
ended
but
up
I'm going to cast Locate Landmark
right
again
about
tomorrow.
here.
Okay, so we're in the middle. Yeah, okay.
My understanding is these squares are like, they're 1 mile across, right? So there's like a
These
lot
are
of...
5-mile hexes.
Oh, 5 miles across. So just flying back and forth, we don't cover even like a tenth of all the ground, right?
It's fine, though. I'm going to learn more Locate Landmarks now that we know that wording works. We can hopefully triangulate a little bit.
The night will pass uneventfully. You'll wake up from rainstorms that occur, but Shine will outstretch her wings to create a shelter. Thunder will break in the background. The rains are long and hot. In the morning, you are covered and protected well enough that you can memorize spells, and some hours later, you will cast your second Locate Landmark,
Yep.
and you will get a southward direction.
From here?
From your spot, lies south.
Okay,
It's
so
not
we
all
got
it.
east here, we got south here.
Is that not a bit weird?
Why?
Well, because isn't it just meant to be pointing directly to the location?
I don't know, does it only go northeast, southwest, or?
No, it's a compass.
Wait, so here, did it point exactly east, and then here it's pointing exactly south?
It pointed east, but when you're traveling by Dragonback, it's sort of, east is 20 miles long. So maybe it's 5 feet south of you, maybe it's a mile south of you. Mm-hmm. Everything's a little bit. It's hard to be precisely exactly on a perfect plane. You know what I mean?
Let's go about 10 miles south, and then I'm gonna cast it again.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. You go about 10 miles south, and you'll cast it again, and you'll get a southeasternly direction.
So, and where the X is now, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Hold on. Sorry.
That was super.
Then it's going to be northeasternly of you a little bit.
We were here. We went down about 10 miles to here.
So now it's northeasternly a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to go to the
So
middle
I'm thinking
of this one and
it's
check
in
her?
this hex then.
Yeah.
Okay, we're in that hex. I'm going to cast the prying eyes again.
They will
now we're
circle
gonna-
you at a range of a mile, giving you a 2-mile diameter sphere of eyes as you search that hex.
Yeah.
Give me 16d100.
Well, I have to roll the d4 again.
Oh yes.
It's only 14 this time.
14d100.
Okay, just give us like 2 95s. Oh,
99.
And a 98. God damn.
Well, actually, you wanted low rolls, but you got a 3 and a 4.
Okay, 3 and a 4.
That's fantastic. Yeah. One of the eyes will report back very quickly, followed by another, that they have seen the lair, and they will show you this like long, tall crevice that like opens up to kind of a wide point where there's flat ground, and then there's like these old steps that have been carved into the side of it that are like footholds and handholds that would go up a sheer section, and then it breaks into rock below, and it's like an 80-foot drop down to the jungles below that. So the lair, the den, is situated 80 to 100 feet above anything on more or less sheer limestone cliffs.
Good job, we're on a dragon, hey?
Yeah.
Or is the hole not big enough for a dragon?
No, there's no way Shine can fit in there.
Well, good thing we've got
Okay.
expert climbers.
Well, I've also got polymorph, so I can get in that. Tell you what, as an aside, I'm so glad that this spell has finally been useful, because I think it's such a cool thematic spell with the eyes circling around and like coming back and reporting. It's really cool, but it's so far been kind of useless.
Well,
Okay.
It definitely saved your bacon here, because otherwise you'd be searching for days.
I think I can Pegasus, Shine can human form, and then we can fly to it together like that. Give Shine a rest. I can do the ferrying
Okay.
around for once. So
You
I'll use my ring of
Pegasus.
spell storing to cast polymorph self. Shine can human form, and we'll travel there like that.
Yes. And soon you find yourself in the lair of Atropos. It's a narrow cave. It's not very large. There's a crevice that runs down the middle. Some vapors sort of rise out of it into the long, tall cave here. At the back, resting against a wall, is an old woman in rags with gray hair. Her head sort of snaps up. Her eyes go wide, but they're just like white. Maybe the hint of color behind them somewhere. She's clearly blind, and she calls out, "Hello! Hello!"
Cyril, do you want to take the lead or should I?
And she shuffles forward on the ground towards the crack, leaning over and wafting vapor towards her.
I give him a push.
She inhales deeply.
We call out. Hello.
Hello! Guests, after so long. Have you brought something for me?
Have we? Is this going to be a short combo or is this going to be a long combo?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah. It shouldn't be
Sure.
that. I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna be. Did you have a time concern?
Minor one. It's not a big deal. Fuck him.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
I've heard you are a great seer. We've come to ask you questions to find a friend of ours. Is there something you'd like?
Yes, I'm so very hungry.
Hungry. What are you hungry for?
We've got cheese, beef jerky.
Do we?
No.
I've got rations, yeah.
Who are you? What do you want? Who are you looking for? And she leans forward and wafts the vapors towards her, takes a deep inhale again and goes, "Ah, Searching for long-lost secrets, distant companions and relatives.
Indeed. We are the brothers McGarry. There is only 2 of us at the moment. We are looking for the 3rd. We come from the lands of Arcadia, which this isn't a part of, I don't think, right now.
And you bring the coward with you. Interesting.
Which one is the
shot?
Who's the coward?
Well. She sniffs again. Her head sort of looks up, kind of gazing across the open area, clearly not fixing on anything. Well, you have questions, I have answers. I know so much. These blind eyes see so much. She licks her lips. Her tongue is a little bit too pointed to be comfortable.
Oh, that is weird. Atropos, we have many forms of tributes. Tell us what it is you require.
Your arm.
The fuck?
Bring me your arm. Let me feel it. And she reaches out with her hands towards the air, sort of in the direction of your voice, but like not 100% in your direction. You're like 5 degrees off.
I look at Cyril, and I say, I'm no coward, and I'll take a step forward.
Wait, I grab his arm and I pull him back. We're already down 1 brother. I reach into my bag and I pull out a little bit. I have 2 wyvern tails. I could throw her one. She just
Those are
waiting?
the wyvern tail stingers, right?
I don't know. I just have 2 wyvern tails that
poison.
weigh 30 pounds in my fucking bag, and I have one. I have
Yeah. Those are the stingers that have the poison in it.
Oh, maybe not. Okay, fuck her. I'll pull it back and I'll step forward and I'll offer my arm.
Okay.
She reaches out and feels your arm. Which arm do you offer?
My left one.
She feels it. She tugs you a little bit closer to her. Let me feel it. And she like reaches her hands across your hand and sort of up your forearm, feeling for strength. Oh, that's good. She brings it to her face. Do you have like armor on?
Yeah, I sure do, Koibu.
What the fuck, dude?
She sniffs it. She begins to take your glove off.
Mm-hmm. I kind of pull my hand back and say, I think I'll keep my glove on, thank you very much.
Give me your other arm then.
What do you need my arm for?
I'm so hungry.
We didn't come here to offer our bodies to you to feast upon like a cannibal. We come seeking your
Want to
wisdom.
know where Anton McGarry is?
We do want to know where Anton McGarry is, preferably not the cost of life or limb from us.
Hungry.
Is there something else we could feed you?
Did you bring a small child with you? The younger, the more juicy. A newborn babe is best.
Is there anything less demented that you might need for sustenance?
You've come all this way and you balk at a pound of flesh?
I'll look back to Imric.
Imric looks concerned.
What can you heal?
I shrug. I'm not a cleric.
You can What can my ring... Hold on. What can my ring allow me to transform into? I have a polymorph ring.
Well, I have
Wait.
a polymorph ring, but you can use it.
No, yeah, I don't have that right now. You have the polymorph ring. Could you transform into something humanoid? Like a giant or a gnome or something like that and let her eat an arm and then transform back?
Okay, I consult my magic knowledge. What would happen in that case, Neal?
What do you mean? It's you. Even if you die in another form, you just transport back, right? There's no way you can lose a limb.
You die.
Wait, really?
Yeah. It's not like 5e.
Oh. Well, what would happen then?
Yeah, what would happen?
If someone ate your arm while you were polymorphed as like a horse or something?
Yeah. There's no way that could be permanent. What if you lost a wing as a Pegasus? What happens when you come back? Are you missing like a lat or what? Like.
I think you just don't know the answer to this question.
Okay.
No, that's not okay. Don't do it then.
Wait, no. I got maybe another answer. Maybe it won't work because she's a seer, but I will say, Tyrell, it's fine. We brought it for a reason. And then I go to walk out of the cave, and I'm gonna cast Permanent Illusion and make a baby.
Can you eat an illusion?
I mean, it's real. It's like fully real.
It doesn't sound like an illusion. That sounds like a fabrication spell or something.
You create the illusion, the permanent illusion of a newborn babe.
Okay.
Male, female, human,
We're
elven.
gonna trick an all-powerful seer that can see into other dimensions with an illusion. She's not gonna be able to tell.
I mean, she might be able to tell.
Fuck it, let's try it, dude.
Yeah. I mean, I hand it to Tyrael. It's a girl, Neal.
The girl cries.
I
I hand it over to the seer. Yeah, you could try this. Tell me how this tastes.
You insult me, but you're also clever. I like that. Now, fetch me a child, small child, or give me your arm.
How much of our arm do you want? We're not feeding you our entire limbs.
say it. What about the animals that live in this region? The apes.
Didn't you say once upon a time that you would do anything for your family? And she leans over the cliff again and inhales the vapors a few more times, this time breathing really deeply.
I think anything is a
You're
figure.
willing to sacrifice anything, aren't you?
It's a figure of
Yes.
speech. We'll find
No,
you.
it's
We'll
not.
find you. We'll find you a child. What race does this child need to be of?
Oh, halflings are the most tasty, but humans will do. Elves are a bit stringy.
You don't sound very
No
picky.
more. The gnomes here are too small. No goblins or trolls. They taste foul.
Okay.
What if the apes in these forests?
You who come such a great way, needing to beg my favors, and then at the last moment you turn up your nose at the cost? Be gone with you, fools.
I look at Shine.
We'll find you some food. Give us a night and we'll be back probably within several hours, okay?
Hurry. My patience grows thin,
I've been told you've been here for thousands of years. I'm sure you can wait
and I'm so hungry.
another night. And then we leave the cave, yeah?
I before I go, Neal, I uncork an empty potion bottle and capture some of the vapors.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just kind of like wave it over the vapors, trying to get some of them inside.
I go near the crack in the ground and let it fill up.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you take off that you stand and like hold it into the stream of vapor that comes out
Yeah.
to let it fill. Make me a con check.
Absolutely.
Ah,
27.
great. You feel a little lightheaded, but the feeling passes.
Nice one. Good one, dude. Anything else you want to eat off the ground or breathe in while we're here? Maybe there's a strange
No,
looking
just
mushroom
those.
or an insect you want to try or...
Listen, it's wizard things, okay? You wouldn't understand.
Okay.
All right, you get to the edge of the cave.
Before
Someone's
we
gonna have to
leave-
turn into something.
Actually, can I wear my Ring of Seeing and take a look at her? Does she emit any kind of aura? She should be a high level by now.
Yes.
What?
She radiates overwhelming evil.
Oh shit.
Overwhelming. It is the most brightly magical thing you have ever seen, and it
Whoa.
is unquestionably dark and evil.
Okay, you know, that's cool. That's fine. Well, you know, what are you gonna
That
do?
is cool.
She wants to eat babies.
I'll fly us back out of this place so we can talk and prepare what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
As you land, Shine looks at the two of you and shakes her head in human form. We're not going to feed her a child, are we? A baby?
That's the cost of getting our brother back. It doesn't seem as though we have much option, no?
An innocent child who's not part of this? You would just take it from its mother
Innocent
and
people are
feed it to this beast.
killed all the time. I wish you had this level of incredulity when you had dragons wrought upon our land that were killing how many thousands of innocent men, women, and children in Arcadia.
I did not bring them here to kill you.
Sure, you might not, but
to
you seem...
slay your people. I did not even bring them here. We were searching.
I understand, I'm just...
Imric, you must not. Surely you're not this depraved.
It's a terrible cost, Shine, but you heard the elves. If we don't do something about Scoria, the whole kingdom will be ruined. Everyone will die.
Give her your arm.
We'll let's take a nap and we'll figure this out, okay?
I mean,
She
Imra
stands
looks
mouth
conflicted.
agape.
Yeah.
You're not Imric. You wouldn't. You, of all of the McGarry brothers, you were supposed to be the good one.
I am the good one. I am the good one.
You keep telling
I
How
say
do
yourself
you
to
that.
feed
Shine and
her an
also to
innocent
myself.
child? What do you
Look,
think
listen,
is gonna...
listen. We've not made
Do you
a
think
decision
this is just
yet.
a normal eating? Look at her.
What choice do we have?
Your arm? The child? Turn back? Give up?
If we give up, then everything is lost.
We'll think on it.
Perhaps there's another way.
We'll figure it
Sir,
out.
Let us
the
rest for
pleasure
the
of
night
the
and think.
McGarrys.
We'll think about it. We'll figure it out, okay, Koibu? Chill.
Okay.
Okay.
And I think that's where we end our session for the day.
Sounds good. Hold on. Boom, boom.
Oof, that was intense.
Just chill, okay? How do we feel about doing for next week? Are you guys available Saturday?
I'd need to come back to you on that. Need to check.
Okay. If not next Saturday,
Probably
then-
not.
Which, okay. Well, if not next
My
Saturday.
weekends are shot.
Oh,
sorry.
So then not this Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah.
Um.
I might be able to swing this Sunday. I'd have to come back on it, though.
Okay. Good answer.
This Sunday? Like,
Yeah.
in a few days?
Yeah.
Maybe. I had like some sponsorship thing I need to do, but we can play after that.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna pencil it in.
Pencil it in. Let's fucking go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm penciling it in.
Seems exciting.
Okay. I'll just pencil it in for Sunday. Hopefully we'll be back Sunday, okay? Because I'm going to be traveling next week, but okay. Otherwise, yeah, we'll be back next week saving our dear brother Anton, feeding innocent babies to very evil creatures, because that's what we do here. Okay. Yeah, anything else? Oh, wait. Do we have any questions? Two quick questions. For Koibu, why doesn't everyone just become a lycanthrope? Isn't it just permanent stone skin? Is there an interview process, or is it invite only?
Well, first off, when you're a lycanthrope, 3 nights a month, you try to murder everyone around you. So you're not usually welcome, and it kind of sucks. Some social stigma going along with it. Not exactly. Like, why don't you just be a cannibal, you know?
Based.
On top of that, it's only the true lycanthropes that actually have immunity to anything but silver or magical weapons all the time. The non-true lycanthropes probably only have that immunity during the point at which they are shape changed. So during your normal day, walking around, you can get killed by a regular sword, but when you transform into a werewolf and you go on your murder rampage, that sword probably doesn't hurt you very much anymore. There are multiple rulings on this front. But generally speaking, you know, it's bad to be a werewolf.
Okay. Final question. Forbidden seems wonky. Can minor gateway monster summoning and short distance teleports actually work within a forbidden zone?
Well, they did, didn't they? Well, for minor gateway did.
And then
No-
why?
no
It says
comments.
why or why not, but I don't know. But things just do sometimes.
Wait, listen, I've got a question, okay?
Yeah,
You're gonna
go.
give me shit about making a joke about scrying on my fictional mother having sexual relations. Yet, it's okay for you to be out here eating babies, okay?
True. That's okay. We're just gonna find the most uncomfortable solution possible for Koibu here. So we're gonna find we're gonna find a second trimester miscarriage, and we're gonna have Koibu solve for us whether or not that counts as a child or not. Okay. No,
Depends
Hard.
what state you're in.
the hardest question. So
It depends what state you're in. Good. True.
okay. All right. Well, hey, we love y'all.
Okay.
I'll be back in like 3 minutes to do some media analysis or something. So that should be fun. But otherwise, maybe we'll be back on Sunday. If we're not, blame it on Nick, I would say. So
That's probably right.
True.
Thanks, guys, for
All right.
watching.
Have
Good
fun.
to see you all again.
See you later.
All right.
Cheers.
Bye.